the best to you from Kmart Radio. KMRT.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan. Whoopee!
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Happy World Toilet Day, everybody.
What does that mean?
I mean, Sam, you can look that up. Today is World Toilet Day. Today, all day on the show, we will be celebrating World Toilet Day with different toilet fun facts. We're going to have some mini games we can play. We've got special toilet-themed snacks and drinks. It's going to be a hell of a good day.
It highlights the importance of sanitation and hygiene in driving improvements in public health, gender equality, education, economic development, and environmental protection.
There you go.
This year's theme is valuing toilets.
Valuing toilets. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, where we know the value of a toilet.
You do take it for granted because if there was no toilets around, people still have to do, and they'll just go in the streets.
Well, you have told me that. Like, you have told me your wife has been to India. Sorry, Butler, is your mic not working? It's on, but I can't hear you.
Oh, no, it's there.
Okay.
He did not want to comment on the toilet. He does not value the toilet.
He breaks them all.
He does.
I break them. They're my arch nemesis.
That's why he doesn't value them.
Your wife told me one time, Tom, that didn't she see people pooping in the streets of Mumbai?
Yes.
She's been to, his wife's been, like, she's a world traveler, and she's been many different places, and she enjoyed it, though, right? Like, she liked India as a country, and the people were good, but she did see people defecating in the streets.
She was there pre-social media and really pre the
You could
popularity
get away
of the
with
internet.
more then.
Well,
you could shit anywhere then.
She also said people were taking pictures of her because they never...
Look, someone not shitting. That's so rare.
No.
We have to... Oh.
It was just like
document
a white girl with blonde hair was
She's
like
a fairy.
an oddity over there. So people were like, oh my God, like what is this?
It's like Tinkerbell, right?
Yeah.
Like you see her, you're like, oh, the stereotype, snap a photo.
I imagine that doesn't happen so much anymore because everybody's got social media and they're
I
exposed
know
to
what
it.
white people look like. Boring. Let me over here and shit.
Albinos still stop traffic.
But there would be a lot of people doo-dooing on the streets if there weren't toilets available.
I'm fascinated with albinos. I really am. I've never seen one up close.
I haven't seen an albino
I've never
person
touched
in a long
one. I've
time.
never touched one. Anyway, raise your hand here if you've touched an albino. Dude, what's it like?
Just like any other person.
No, it's not. They're magical.
Cold to the touch.
They're magical, dude.
They have the power, or at least can control electricity.
Yeah, they can bend spoons. I saw the movie.
And they
I
have
didn't
red,
see-
blood red
They
eyes.
wear sunglasses to school, which oddly makes them naturally look cooler than all the other kids. Do we have anything we got to get out of the
Yeah.
way? Okay.
Well, thanks to everybody.
Anything to get me off of this, I'm going to get an email from one albino. That's
No
like
albino.
a 1095 albino.
Dude,
Yep.
we've determined this. No albinos listen to the show.
I want albinos
Because
to
they
listen
know
to
you
the
guys
show.
hate 'em.
No, we don't
we
hate
said
them.
that a long time ago
No, I
and never
don't.
got an
He
email.
said
I do not hate them.
Yeah, we said that.
fascinated. by
I'm
them.
fascinated by them.
No albinos listen. None.
I want one.
There's none. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's get the
I'm just telling you the
Wait,
truth.
I know.
Can
I'm
we
just
put a
telling-
prize out for the listener that gets someone that's albino to sign up?
Well, the
as a
hashtag
video?
I've been using is hashtag bring a friend. Let's do hashtag bring an albino.
Yeah.
Let's see where that gets us.
Down, let's do this.
Why are you laughing? This guy, you're about to get fired for laughing on the show. This is not a comedy show when we're talking albinos, sir. Do you have a problem? Anything you want to share with the class?
Thanks to everybody who came out to Sofa and Suds. It was great. It's good seeing people again.
That was
was awesome.
That was the best so fun Suds we've ever done.
I missed
Best
it.
races by far.
Best weather.
By head and shoulders better races than we've ever had.
Audi won again.
They did win again.
People asked about that. I did notice.
My daughter was fucking crying that the Tom and Dan couch lost.
She was.
She's too wrapped up in she's too competitive. She is. She cried. Then Andrea had to leave
Did
with
she
her.
say my dad's failure?
Then she asked. Then Maisie asked who won because she didn't want Audi to win. Then I said Audi won, and I'm like, haha, laugh emoji. Then Andrea told Maisie. Maisie cried again.
My sons didn't care that,
I like that.
that the
That's
event
better.
even happened,
That's better.
or where was that?
Were they there?
No. They were
They're not gonna get COVID.
playing in
Jesus.
the backyard. No. They just,
They're over it.
Well, I mean, come on.
My wife didn't take
Once
them.
Max took that tumble last year, the year before.
Yeah, you know.
They haven't been
It's a
back.
long- we
don't care about anything.
We did the running of the kids this year, and we had 3 of your more, your
Fat kids.
thank you.
Husky.
They fell down. And Butler couldn't stop laughing. Had to hide behind our. You
Yeah.
did have to hide because you couldn't.
I probably
He's
would
like a
laugh
little
at kids
Sam,
falling
AC/DC
down.
This
singer that
one,
fell over.
and he was cute, but he was a very round. He was a
Chungus.
baby roundman. And he was
Yeah.
so cute. He had the floppy hair, black hair.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking
No,
about.
I know
purple shirt.
exactly. Yeah.
This kid was so cute. This kid, first of all, you could be in commercials. You're that cute. But when he did fall, he just rolled. And oh man, he
rolled like a barrel.
Yeah, he did like what?
How old was he?
9.
Maybe,
Oh, okay. So
maybe
it's
Seven,
Okay.
seven, but he was
I was
like
thinking
what-
like toddler.
He did what like when you see a bigger person roll themselves out of a car. So he rolled and then he fell again. He rolled again. It was funny.
So I posted some pictures on Instagram about Sofa and Suds. I'm going to do something about my throat, and
All
I
right.
Oh, no, that's
Put
gonna
something
cut
in
to the-
there,
don't know.
buddy.
Quit talking or
Get the
do
spoon.
something because I'm.
You just clear it. It's fine.
No, it's making me
should-
so mad. And
You should drink your own
urine.
jizz.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It coats it.
is that a thing?
It's good for the throat.
Let me pee in your mouth like Daytona Beach.
Pee might be bad because it's acidic.
At the end of the pictures I posted, it was me and you holding the Sofa and Suds trophy.
I didn't see that photo.
And then
It
everybody.
looked like you guys won.
I know. And then people were commenting like, "Oh, you guys won," and I was like, "Well, I guess." Based on how I positioned the pictures, it
Yeah.
looks like, but no, we didn't.
And you're going like,
yeah.
well, we fake.
I did not do
definitely
that on
look like you
purpose.
won.
Okay,
Yeah.
full transparency about this show. We fake enthusiasm for everything that we do
Yeah.
because we've been doing this for so
We're
long.
dead inside.
There's nothing left. So you hand me anything and you're like, hey, this is a photo of it. You
Hype
hand
up.
me, like right now
Yeah,
I'm
just
drinking.
like, yay.
freedom ice.
Look, I'm drinking garbage. This is C4 Smart Energy and it's Freedom Ice. I'm drinking the Freedom. It tastes like a bomb pop.
How free do you feel now?
I feel pretty free.
Good.
But you give me this and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah.
Radical.
Yeah, dude, I'm living it.
And then as soon as you put it down,
I'm
and you
like,
go
oh,
back.
God.
Yeah,
Text my
yeah,
wife,
yeah.
what's for dinner tonight? Oh, God, Sloppy Joe's, fuck you.
Also, we have brand new merch on TomandDan.com, the new hat, all the new merch that was at Sofa and Suds.
Yep.
Now, there's going to be a small delay in the merch, so just be patient. But when you submit your order, it will be put in on, in that order. So get it while it lasts because there's a counter on Shopify, so it will sell out. But there's going to be
Those
a
hats
slight-
are badass too.
They are nice.
Really
Yeah.
nice hats.
I got to say, after a week of wearing that and getting it the way I like it to sit, that's one of our better hats. It's made of the same material that we did with the ACT hats we did about 2 years ago.
The gray one.
Yeah.
The gray one.
Yeah.
I think that's one of your favorite hats,
Yeah,
right?
it
This
is.
is exactly the same hat. It fits so great. So, yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, it's very simple and classic. Get it while you can. And nobody will know that Tom and Dan logo. Guaranteed. Everybody thinks it's like a race car or like a performance shop or something. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's subtle.
Definitely no performance here.
Real quick bird update. My birds are gone. Or not my birds.
You
but
let them
my
all
mother-
out in
No.
a fit of
Ooh,
anger.
let the birds out.
He released
No.
all the cages. He did a full. You did what you did to your stepdad.
I feel like this bird timeline's all over the place because I thought they had been gone for a
Yeah.
while.
They,
Yeah, but he didn't tell us the story of why. Like we got sidetracked. He went to tell us why the birds were gone, and it wasn't. Now I may be wrong on this, but I was told that it was not your decision.
No. I decided my plan was to use. I think everybody should do this. Use what you're bad at for your superpower, and I'll explain to you guys. So I can ignore things, right?
Okay.
And it's got me in a lot of trouble, obviously, with relationships and everything in my life. People get annoyed that I am.
It could get you into trouble with cancer.
I don't pay attention to things,
yeah.
and I just am off in my own world most of the time, and I
What's
miss
it
a
like
lot
in
of things.
that world?
It's like Sims.
It's
It's like Sims.
it's not good.
It's like Sims.
Yeah.
It's like Sims.
I somehow go to a worse world.
Oh,
a more stressful. Like, yeah.
You're like, what the fuck am I here?
Yeah, like,
Please take me back to the real world.
Like, I want to go to now.
It's like as if Stranger Things were all filmed in the upside down, and the only flashbacks you get are when they're in the cool real world. They're
Gotcha.
scooping the ice cream. They got a sailor hat on. You know,
So my plan was, I was like, well, I'm going to use
that's fucking horrible, dude.
this weird, dysfunction I have to my to get what I want in this situation, because I'll just ignore the birds, right? I'll just go about my life and pretend like they're not there, and then when they're squawk
Yeah, but that
crazy,
one's got the hots for you.
Which one, Ginger?
I don't know.
The white
I don't know
one,
which
right?
one.
well, what happened
The
was
white bird likes you, right?
So the Bubba likes me.
Oh,
but
Bubba's the most
He
dangerous.
just talks to
Bubba
me.
wants pain pills.
But Bubba's the most dangerous and also the oldest, right? Am I right on that?
I believe
But
so.
that's the one that could like sever a finger if it wanted to go to town on you, right?
I think Bubba is older than I am, which is creepy.
God damn.
No, isn't Bubba
true
like
incarcerated
84 years
bird.
old or something?
No, it's in its 40s.
It's doing life.
It's me.
Yeah. Like, I think all birds are impossible to actually
You can't.
nail down the birth date, but it's somewhere in the 40s.
Another reason to love birds, you can barely, maybe tell what sex it is, and you'll never know its birthday. What a fun pet.
Yeah.
So,
What is it? I have no idea.
Don't get close though.
And I don't know when it will die. Could be now, could be 90 more years.
my wife made a crucial mistake in the fact that
You better tread lightly. That's not something you want to be saying on the podcast.
No, she don't listen. The birds, they were fine the first day, surprisingly quiet, right? To the point
Well,
where
they hadn't formulated their plan yet.
my wife was like, "See, they're not that bad." I was
They
like,
were passing notes before they got.
Yeah.
and I was like,
Plotting.
They're not bad. It's like
Velociraptors.
they're there. They're in the cage. They put a sheet over them at night, and they
Some
go to
wood
sleep.
nuggets in there. Chew your wood nuggets. There you go.
And although you can't turn on the light in the dining room where they're at because they'll start squawk crazy. I've made
What
that
is
mistake.
that? What does that mean? Is that them saying turn it off, or is that them saying what is this, or is that?
I have no idea. They're screaming.
Can
They're
people-
screaming like they've been murdered, or they're being murdered.
Can an ornithologist? Ornithologist? Isn't that a bird person? Can an ornithologist tell through the squawk pattern that bird what they're saying? Is there a
Distress.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I don't. They're agitated. I mean, like
Okay.
once the sheet's on, they don't like any light because that's like
it's just
their
like
sleep.
Jewish sex. We learned that from
Yeah.
Ari Shafir.
So anyway, over the next few days, my wife started bonding with the white one, Ginger, the loudest one, right? And
It's a beautiful bird.
because the other two birds, they have a partner, each other or whatever. And then the white one is bonded with my wife's mom. But now
That was the third wheel.
Yeah.
It was like they'd go out. The ginger'd be the white bird would be like, well, I don't have somebody to make.
This is
with.
a cockatoo, correct?
cockatoo, yeah. And my wife took it out of its cage and was climbing on her shoulder. And then that's her mistake. And then it's like I was telling you guys, it somehow like was to start backing its ass up at some sort of weird.
That's called the
Well,
mystical.
you're juvenile.
That's our juvenile. I thought it was the mystical, right?
That's shaky that.
Oh,
ass.
shake that ass.
Yeah. Like that's how you can tell that it's bonding with you because it starts backing its ass up, wanting to
that's
be
the
mounted or
cloaca.
some shit.
Isn't that the cloaca? Where the egg comes out.
I don't
That
know.
bird was pushing its cloaca on you?
No, not me.
Oh.
My wife.
Shake that kawaka waka.
Yeah,
No,
just-
you should arrest that bird. You'll
Yeah.
be putting that thing on me.
Don't
Have
put your
some-
rosebud on
Yeah,
me.
what the
Ew.
fuck? That's rape.
Which is gross, by the way.
No means no, Ginger.
Yeah, it's gross.
Anytime any animal starts like,
Putting their
Animal
butthole
butts are
in your-
gross.
Yeah.
Or
Even human
Cats
butts.
love to do
Yeah,
that.
I used to have a cat that
Okay,
did that.
hard stance.
Gross.
Human butts are gross unless you've been showered because you just been smearing paper back there, right?
well,
Human,
Yeah.
all butts are gross
Right.
unless it's a freshly showered butt, and then you got to put a finger in and around it a little bit to get the remnants of the inside. You got to wash the cup out.
Well,
Rinse out that milk.
It's not the fact that they're showing you their butt, which cats do all the time,
Yeah.
where they just show your butthole. But I assume it's to like as some sort of neg. It's like, hey, look at my butthole,
like
you piece of shit.
dominance,
Yeah. But this
I
bird.
do anything I want, including making you look at my asshole.
And clean my own shit. Yeah.
But when some birds or animals start insinuating, like, hey,
Look at this.
bang my bird pussy, it's like,
I
goddamn.
want your human cock
That's
in my
what
Somebody
cloaca.
clip that.
That's what it's saying to you. It's like,
Yes.
goddamn
Yeah.
bird, get it. Like,
It's saying,
gross.
I don't
It's
know what.
presenting itself
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
it's
what
quit
you have,
presenting.
but put whatever you have in my bird pussy.
Anyway, that was the beginning of the end because as soon as it started, like,
I
bonding to
don't
my
want
wife,
any bird pussy.
Not to
Put
me.
my foot down, Crystal.
and then it started scream crazy anytime it couldn't see my wife, just like my sister-in-law warned us that
Oh, I
it
thought
would
you were saying
happen.
just like my sister-in-law does.
Where's my
Wait,
sister?
the one
You-
that's screaming is the one that wanted you to fuck it?
my wife to fuck it. Yeah. It bonded with my wife, not me.
Gotcha.
Again, I ignored it.
Bed on bed.
So wait a minute.
stayed
This
away.
bird wanted your wife to stick her fingers in its cloaca?
It just bonds with whatever human that it bonds with, and then
What an
once it bonds
idiot.
with it, it's and so then
So stupid.
my
Then it's
wife
obsessed with your
Dumb
wife.
bird.
could not get out of the bird's vision without it screaming, and I'm talking about the loudest scream I've ever heard.
Fire alarm, right?
I mean, it was louder than a fire alarm to
Yeah, it
the point
is
where
louder.
it
Oh,
froze
God,
me.
that's crazy.
It is. Well,
God,
It
your
froze
neighbors
me.
I mean,
must
this is.
fucking hate you.
I don't know this to be true, but I'm gonna guess that fire alarms need to be loud. But there is a cap they put on that because they don't want to cause you any
Right.
harm, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a human invention, and they got like some. There's
Decibel
there's a
levels, yeah.
threshold in there that they have to adhere to. But I have heard the birds before.
Yeah.
But I have not heard them in your home. I've only heard them from the house to the street, right? And it's still really loud. Really loud.
And so inside
Really,
the house,
really loud.
it was loud, and I would just freeze when the bird was screaming. And my wife, it was driving her crazy. She doesn't have the same superpower I do with ignoring
You know the
things.
feeling I get is like when you go to those bass competitions in like Daytona Beach where the audio is so loud that you don't know how to react to it. You're like
Yeah,
affected by
freezes
it. You have to breathe
Yeah.
through it. Breathe through it. Breathe through it.
Yeah.
You breathe through the bass. Breathe through the bird.
It's like some weapon that
yes,
like
it's been weaponized.
they
Yes.
shoot at you with a
Ah, I'm frozen.
they shoot at protesters
Yeah, I'm
like some
paralyzed.
sound
Oh
weapon.
my god! I just shit my beanie.
And so after about a couple days of that, it drove my wife crazy enough to now my wife her mom had finished all the demolition, and so now it's just
Oh, I thought I had finished the VHS of Demolition Man.
so
Great movie.
basically her whole house and the inside is gutted besides from her bedrooms and stuff. But so they'd finished the loud working, but the birds, my wife had planned for the birds to stay with us until like they put the tile in and whatever.
Sure.
And
Just easier that way.
She gave up and called her mom and said, "I can't take it anymore. Come get the birds. They can live back in your house because this is driving me insane. I have to hide in my room. I can't let the birds see me. I scream crazy." And then there was the awkward day where her mom had to come back and get the birds. And I kept reminding her mom, like, "Hey, this isn't mine. I was fine with it. Like, I had no
Totally
problem
down with the birds.
Yeah,
Come by 'em.
Yeah, this on your daughter. Yeah.
it was like, Crystal can't take it. I can take it.
Well,
That's
now,
fine.
were you doing the thing that I would have done, and this makes me a bad person, but were
Yeah.
you doing a Dan Dennis guarantee? And I would hope that you would do this, that you would learn this from me. Were you sitting there the whole time and were you like, man, I'm going to be a little sad to see these little boogers go. Were you like, oh, gone so soon? Man, I was just, you know what? That affects me a little. I'm a little bummed out. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
And then as we're loading the bird cages, insanely heavy, by the way, back into my truck to take them back to my mother-in-law's.
And it's not that far either, which is
It was
almost an insult.
I remembered, I was
It's like
like
6 feet.
I bet a lot of people do this too when they divorce their spouse, where they help them load all their shit.
The birds? No, I'm not doing that.
No,
if
like-
I divorce Andrea, that's your birds.
Or-
Have your boyfriend help you.
They help their spouse load all their stuff into the moving truck, and I was like, man, that must be awkward. This is because it was awkward just to put the birds back to my mother-in-law's house because
Was it only awkward for her, or was it awkward for your wife as well? Because you're,
I don't know.
Because you're Mr. Awkward, right?
It was awkward for me because I was like, we said the birds could stay for weeks.
Was
and
there
now
an
we're loading
argument
them
at
back.
all? Like, or
no
was there-
argument. It was
Okay.
just a awkward, like, hey, we're putting them back because
You may
Crystal
have
couldn't
gotten
take
lucky.
it.
I think you just
I got lucky.
Oh, you
yeah,
definitely got lucky.
Yeah,
But,
because
like-
I hated every second of it.
But Crystal's mom is so sweet, like I can't see her like making it awkward. So maybe it was just awkward to you, hopefully, and that you just got lucky and bye birds.
Well, I think it was, probably awkward to her, too, because she wanted the birds to stay there the whole time. And
Now-
we put them back in the dusty
Here's my big question.
shell of a house.
No, but here's my big question for you. You just told us this tale of birds and told us this tale of this one bird being bonded and wanting to fuck your wife, and then your wife did what I can only assume would be bad. Like sugar gliders, you're supposed to have like what, 2 of them, or mini donkeys, you're supposed to have like 2 of them.
Yeah,
and if
some
you
of 'em
take
you gotta pair
if you
'em
take
up.
like one away from them like fast like that, they freak out and they die or
Yeah.
they go through depression. Is this bird now going through depression because
No.
it basically fell in love with your wife and then you separated it?
No, I think it just birds. They'll like swingers. They'll go with anybody.
It's just the flavor of the week. So this bird's a
How dare you?
whore.
Swingers don't go with anybody.
This bird's like a
I don't
whore.
know, what-
This bird was like, I loved her, bro,
Yeah.
but she's gone now, so I gotta find somebody else to love.
I
Then
think
it's gonna get out of
back
its
it
cage and find you because it knows you're fucking your
Yeah.
wife, and it's gonna kill you in your sleep.
No, I think it's like
That would be a
Bubba gonna
really
get you.
weird horror movie
Right?
that I would watch.
Birds.
we
Yeah.
we put human emotions
No one's thought of it.
towards animals. Like we're like, look at the dog. It's sleeping on its owner's grave, and then it's just gonna die of starvation there. Like, no, it won't. Like, it'll just whoever starts taking care of it, it'll just like that person. That's it. All
made the-
animals. That's how
I think
it
I
works.
made the mistake of saying that one time on a Facebook thread, and man, did I get a lot of hate.
No. Dude, if you gave your dog away, it will just bond to the new owner and eventually forget you pretty fast, I think.
Very
Like,
fast.
yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
a nanosecond.
Yeah. Anyway, so birds are gone. So they may be
Right.
back. I saw they were back on my porch this morning.
Oh, no.
Well, then they're back. I mean, then they're back.
Wait a minute, they
Back
just
on your
swang.
porch.
See what I'm saying with these birds?
They're just coming by for some breakfast, little French toast action. Like, why are they swinging through your house?
Your mother-in-law was like, "Oh, you handled it so well. We're just gonna drop these off for the weekend."
My mother-in-law said the new workers that are doing the electricians that are
They're
there.
cats. They're all cats. They want to eat them all.
He told her to get the birds out of here. Out of their
Probably
back.
driving them crazy.
Hey,
Yeah,
lady,
yeah.
I know this is extremely disrespectful. Get those birds the fuck out of here. We're working.
So we have a person on the line
Yeah.
now that
Line one.
that sent us an email about getting a circumcision late in life.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to them and see how that went because
Cool.
I don't know too many people that have gotten circumcisions like
I've
after
considered it.
Their have you like
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be impossible. I can't speak for Butler, but yeah, I mean, I considered it for no reason other than just to kind of step in line with everybody else,
yeah
I guess.
so who's on?
David.
David, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, I don't know if Dan can create another name for me. That'd be cool.
Well, you're already on the air, so I'm gonna go with your name is definitely not David. David.
That is
Didn't tell me to keep him anonymous, so you gotta
Your
let me
name
know.
is definitely not David.
You could've
David.
just said
It's all good.
Let's call him Ding Dong.
I missed
Ding
that.
dong,
I
David.
missed that marker in the email.
Yeah.
Or you could have just said that was a fake name. And then that would have thrown him off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But that's definitely your real name now.
Wow.
No, what happened?
Let's just go with John.
and
We
we can't-
obviously know you didn't get a brain
Yeah, yeah.
transplant.
All right, John's on the line. Everybody just heard it.
David
we
wants to
can't-
go with John.
We can't unring the bell. It's already happened.
Well,
Or in this
everybody
case,
knows that-
unring the bell end.
So,
Yeah.
tell us how you had the circumcision later in life and why.
I mean, I guess I can give you a backstory, surgical story, aftermath. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, backstory is basically. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want the full deal because like we are fascinated by this. We've had people on the show before. We've had a company on the show before, the Tugger.
Yeah.
You probably heard that show. We had a guy on here
For
that
sure.
sells this device that will actually help you re-stretch your foreskin if you want it back. We've had people say that they hate it. We've had people say that they love it. We've had people say it's unclean. We've had people say that's not true. So yeah, to have somebody on here that actually had an adult circumcision, I think it's on brand.
Yeah, for sure. So, I was born in Ohio. I was adopted. Okay, I have an older brother who was also adopted. And when you're adopted at birth, you have to spend like 24 hours with your birth mom to like, I think, number one, make sure that they want to give you up for adoption. But they have no say in the circumcision. but also too like the skin on skin bullshit. Not bullshit. I don't want to say that. I don't want to take away from that. But my older brother was adopted. He was 5 years older than me. He was circumcised by my parents. The parents that raised me.
Did they know what they were doing, or did they? The dad was just like, I can wing it.
No, but that's the funny thing is, like, my adopted parents, like, my dad was uncircumcised, okay? But they circumcised my brother, who was 5 years older than me, but they did not circumcise me. Okay?
Maybe your dick was smaller, and they're like, well, to make them look a little more alike, leave his skin on.
For your uncircumcised dad to decide to circumcise the adopted son, it's a weird thing, right?
Well, it knocks you down.
No, we were both adopted. But the thing was, like, when I grew up, I was like, you're running around showing your dick off, and you're in the shower. No, like when you're a kid. I'm talking about an infant,
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like you're what do you call it? Whacker tacker? I forget what you call it.
Rat-a-tat.
Rat-a-tat. So, like, I looked at my brother's dick like it was weird. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, my dick looks just like my dad's dick. Your dick looks weird, So,
Mickey Avalon.
Anyway.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I think everybody was.
Right. So, anyway, so I was uncircumcised, and it was just a thing, it was nothing to me. And, so I'm uncircumcised until I get into, like, my adolescent years. And I hit puberty at a very young age, okay?
Oh, I love those kids. So you were like one of those kids that was small, but you had a mustache.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had armpit hair in third grade.
Holy moly.
I had pubic hair in third grade. I was popping boners. My dick was 10 times the size of all of my friends.
Yeah, that's a good claim. That's a good. You should get a T-shirt that says, "When I was a kid, my dick was bigger than every other third grader."
That is weird.
That's something to be proud of, though.
Because Tommy's in second grade. I can't imagine.
There's a kid in his grade that's like, "Look at my big jumbo."
Dude, I didn't get pubic hair.
I didn't get no Pubinators until I didn't get no Pubinators till I was in second grade.
I was 15. Like,
when you...
I was like 13, 14, I think.
I don't even remember.
I was close to your age. I don't think that's terrible.
I think guys like that. I don't know that girls are like into like, oh, great,
you guys
now
get
I have
more.
pubic hair.
You guys get more with it, right?
We also get periods.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when we get it,
it's all ew.
When we get it, we just get a little dirt down there. Just give me a little fuzz or something.
We get more excited for titties.
We get anger, and we get angry. Yeah, you guys do get. You guys get excited for titties. You're sharing them and showing them
we
each
get
other.
made fun of.
Look at my bra. I got a bra.
12, 13, I was pretty excited for titties, too.
So
Different way.
You had puberty early, and then did that cause some sort of complication?
I mean, not a complication, okay? So I'm uncircumcised, and when I say 10 times, I'm not talking 10 times length. I'm not talking 10 times girth. I'm just saying, like, kids show their dicks to other people, okay? So
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
That was the original working title of the show. Was Kids Show Their Dicks to Other People.
I have kids, and
do your kids show their dicks to other
they have not done that. We have instructed them
telling you about
specifically not to do that.
Well, it was a different time.
Yeah. Like, actually, we tell them, like, hey, don't show your dick to anybody.
Yeah.
But
That's your
I tell Maisie that she don't even got a dick.
Your
I'm
doctor,
like, just don't show nothing.
your parents, like, don't do it.
I mean, I guess think of it as a beanie weenie compared to, like, a Big Bite at 7-Eleven. Okay,
Good God,
so like that's how my dick
You had a
was.
Big Bite?
So wait a minute. Are you? Is this whole entire
This guy had a
interview
big bite.
for you to say
third
that
grade.
when you were in third grade, you had your cock
Hold
was
on.
so big that you had to get the skin peeled off of it because
It's gonna
it was just too
Well,
big. Come
that-
on. Man.
No,
That's-
no.
You microwaved your dick in it.
I think that's
It's
just
not
genetics. That's not has nothing to do with puberty, by the way. Like your dick doesn't grow through puberty. Your dick
True.
that's just genetics. Like
Okay, so let me preface and just say, like, I hate saying this, but like a shower, not a grower. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. So you stay big all the time.
Well, I mean, it's just like when it's flaccid, it's say like 3 to 4 inches, but when I'm hard or erect, whatever you want to call it, it's like 6 to 7 inches. But like my friends at the time when I was in like middle school had like 2-inch dicks that would probably grow to 6 inches. That's like 3 times the size, right? So if I have a 4-inch dick, I'm not growing a 12-inch dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you
Man,
just
my
have.
dickonomics
Man, I'm
are-
trying to do the dick math over here. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, my
This is like
economics are low.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
I've known
Makes
plenty of
sense.
friends.
2 to 6.
Yeah, my God. If you can get 2, you can get 4. 4 to
The two of my friends that have the biggest dicks in high school, they would show them a lot.
Yeah.
Especially high
true.
school. Yeah.
That's true.
My
Yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I'm
I'll
just
go
saying.
ahead.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the thing.
That
It's
got
like
awkward.
when you have a big dick, it tends to fall out of your pants. Like you're just like, look at this.
It's called the Carrot Top scenario.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was uncircumcised. So guess what? My dick looked different than everybody else's. You know, so then they would make fun of me. They would say, weird dick. They would say, gross
Hey,
dick.
there's a weird, massive dick.
So you had a big
Wait a
dick,
minute.
but
You
it was
Anteater.
Where'd you grow
Anteater
up?
is the best thing, you know.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
grew up in I live in College Park, but I grew up in Tavares,
All right.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess like they would always make fun of me. So I went to my mom and I told her, I said, Mom, I want to get circumcised. And she
God,
said,
what
"Why?"
an
And I
awkward
said,
conversation. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, my
No,
baby.
no, I mean,
Interesting to go to mom and not dad.
Yeah, why didn't
Yeah.
you go to Dad? He had the dick.
well, Dad split when I was younger.
Oh.
So it was.
He's like, I
you
got
know,
this
I mean,
dick.
it's not
So
a
he
sad
left you
subject.
I'm
uncircumcised
going
and
to
then left
share
you?
this dick with the world. I can't be locked down with a family. I got to fuck more people and make more big dick kids.
Easier to split
Wasn't
up.
his kid, though. Wasn't his genes.
Yeah,
He's
easier to split
adopted.
on adopted
right.
kids, right?
Yeah, it's
gotta be.
weird. Whatever though.
Just doing the logic.
It would
right?
be easier, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, it's like kind of like my wife wanted them. I said okay, but I'm out of
I
here.
feel the same way. I feel
That's how it probably went.
He's just being honest.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about like I've had a couple relationships where the girl got the dog, and we were in the relationship, and it was our dog. But when we break up again, that's your dog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You keep the dog.
So you wanted
Make
to get
people feel bad.
circumcised just for cosmetic reasons.
I mean, just because I wanted, yeah, exactly. So I went to my mom. I said, Mom, I want to get circumcised. And she said, okay, I'll make an appointment with our family physician, the guy that I go to that for everything, whatever. So I go in there and we go into a
Not to talk shit about your mom, but I feel like maybe there would be more of a conversation about like, hey, are you sure? Like,
They make you do
It's
that
like,
before you get married. I had to go
Hey,
talk
I'm-
to a priest. I'm like,
It's kind of like you ask your mom to pierce your ear. So you're like, hey, I'll make the appointment tomorrow at Piercing Pagoda. It's like, hey, give it a beat. Like, how about we?
think you
Let's
would
do some
look quite
research.
fetching with an earring.
Let's talk about it. Let's discuss like what this means. Like you're cutting off your dick skin, which is not a like an easy
People do
process.
it for health all the time, though. Boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Yeah, but it's like a pretty invasive procedure.
I don't know. I don't know anything
painful.
about it.
I assume.
So Mama calls up your, old
GP.
Dr. Hindenburg or whomever that, whatever your
Family doc.
your family doc, and is that something that he can do, or does he have to send you like a specialist or somebody?
No, they brought me into a consult room or a consultation room, whatever, and they said, the doctor told me, he said, Dave, John, just so you know,
There's no going back.
in the science is coming forward. I know.
I want
Power
to say,
through,
John, your
power
name's
through.
David.
You're throwing
You're
people
confusing
off.
me.
Your
Yeah,
lack
yeah.
of continuity is confusing me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, just call me Davey. So, like he said, just in 30, 40 years, like circumcision will not be a thing anymore because the science has proven that there's no reason to do it. And I told him to his face, like eye to eye, I said, I don't care. I want to get circumcised. Doesn't matter.
I want to be a real
So-
boy. I don't
So
care.
then-
Whatever it takes to make this thing look streamlined.
Rip the hood off.
Yeah. So then he's like, okay. And so my mom was in the room with me at the time, and then he's like, let's go in the exam room. So I sat in one of those paper-covered reclining chairs, whatever. And
Wow, this is the biggest third grader dick I've ever seen.
no, he lifted up my dick, and then he told me, he was like, this is how they're going to do it, just so you know. So he pulled my
You're gonna
foreskin.
put it in their
like-
mouth like this.
But he pulled it like forward, like stretched it all the way out. He's like, they're going to clamp it, and then they're going to snip it.
Yeah.
And then whatever they have the foreskin, they keep that, whatever, I don't know what they do with that. But then they
it for
stitch it
makeup.
around your dick. And I said, yeah. I said, perfect. Let's do it. He goes, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. So then I had an appointment with a urologist who basically said the same thing, except he was on his knees in front of me, which is weird. But he also said too. He said, "How much room do you want between your, I'm going to paraphrase, dick skin and your dick head?"
Wait a minute! I didn't know I had an option to pick.
Wait a
That's
second.
pretty
Like 4
nice.
millimeters, please.
Yeah, that's like putting spacers on your import tuner. You know?
I know.
Give you some shock.
Yeah.
I wish
What
there was-
size springs are we running on this fucking thing?
I wish there was another circumcised male in here so I could ask them.
You're outnumbered, bro.
The ring around your dick.
That's from the cutting.
That's
yes.
from the circumcision, and that could be higher or lower. Like I thought it was a basic standard that everybody had. Like
You would think they'd have a device, much
Right.
like what you said, piercing pagoda. They got a gun. Not necessarily the best way to pierce your ears, but it's consistent. I'll give it that, right?
I
Did
get
it like a catfish, just nailed it to the head.
Well, like Maisie got hers pierced at a piercing place, and I would always go to a piercer. Go to a person that knows how to pierce. If
Yeah.
you want the name of the place I went to, it's called Drift. It's awesome. But the gun just makes things very uniform. And Tom's right. You would think that they'd have some sort of purely medical device that will always give, we always give the 15 millimeter thing, to everybody. That's
Yeah.
the standard because we have determined that that's the easiest, the best, the biggest, least infected, most useful, looks the best. They'd have
know.
Gives you some good jerkin skin.
People have problems sometimes where it's like they don't have enough skin, so it's like it causes them different things.
I have
or
too
whatever.
much. Like my dick is almost like a person that's lost like 600 pounds, and like on the front of it,
it's
just
all big lumpy
Yeah,
skin.
and you got to pull it back. It's like putting on soccer socks. It's like, oh come on, when does this end? I'm tortured.
So you're at the urologist, and what does he do?
Well, I just kind of said, "Give me the standard," okay? And then that's what he did.
And
All
how
right?
old are
So
you? How old are you at this point?
15.
I'm 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of music
So-
were you into at the time? I'm trying to picture you how you're dressed.
I don't know. I was like jamming Headstrong,
Okay, yeah, a little alt-right
surfer,
douche rock.
Now,
Yeah,
hold
for sure. Absolutely.
little
Absolutely.
Hoobastank. Put some Hoobastank on there.
Hoobastank was a good one. Third Eye Blind.
There you go.
know.
A little jumper. Put a little jumper on before I get a circumcision.
So I've always wondered this. They pull your foreskin out and then they just cut it, and then
Yes, they clamp it. They literally like put this thing around it and then they snip it.
Like the grand
I don't know if they-
opening of a
Are you
Best
awake
Buy.
for this?
Do you watch it?
I'm sorry?
Are you awake for it?
No. I'll get
okay,
into
okay.
that. I'll get into everything. So, like, the urologist kind of told me everything that the doctor told me. So, and when I told him I just want the standard, length in between the dick head and the dick skin kind of thing. And so we schedule the surgery and we go into the surgery. Like, when I say my mom is ride or die for me. Like, she'll do anything, anytime I want her to. And
That's a good
like
mom.
we show. She's fantastic. She's the best. So I show up to the surgery like a normal surgery. I mean, it's an invasive surgery, So I show up at 6 a.m. and we actually end up seeing people we know there. And
Oh,
one
man.
of the it was the best. It was the best. And I didn't know what to say. And the lady was my mom's friend. She goes, "What's David here for?" And my mom goes, "Hernia." He's getting a hernia
Mind
repaired.
your business,
Oh,
bitch. HIPAA. What the
but
fuck?
that's a
What is your
good
kid here for?
mom.
None of your business.
I think it's a
Yeah.
natural thing to say there. Like, what's he doing here?
Oh yeah,
That's personal
I didn't know what to
information.
say.
Well, that lady's a chopper, like
Yeah.
Butler. Like any,
Yeah.
if you
My
find
dick.
if you find yourself in a waiting room with a chopper, they will ask you
We
what
will.
you're there
Now,
for.
a chirper will not. I will not. I'll want to, but I also know that there is a line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
My wife encountered a chopper at Wawa who commented on someone's drink and said, "Hey, there's a lot of sugar in that drink."
Yeah, and you're fat. You know how that is.
and then the person went back and got another one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
Chris was like, "Some chopper just told
They
a
bullied
stranger."
him into getting
and I
You
thought I
gotta
would do that.
Step up your game. No, he hasn't done shit like that. You're getting weak.
Yeah. You had to
You're
comment
weak.
on other people's
Look,
purchases.
if you want to.
No, he stopped because Tom yelled at him. Then.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, turn it
Well,
up a
do it to
notch.
other people.
Yeah,
Not
just
to
don't
me.
do it to
I'll go
us.
slap my chops and get
But
back into
get
it.
everybody else.
So, what happens once you get into the room?
Okay, it's a serious surgery. So you go to the pre-op where they hook you up with you check your vitals and they give you the IV and
it's
check
also
your blood
the
pressure
most
and all.
embarrassing
They paint your
real
dick.
surgery.
Yeah.
Right? It is because you're in there and it looks as if you're getting open heart, but they're like, "What are you doing?" Just take a little
getting
off the top of it.
circumcision.
Yeah, it's the most embarrassing real surgery.
Did they put like the dot dot
No,
dot
I've been
around
to
it?
I've had so many doctor's appointments recently, and they're like, "Have you had any surgeries?" I'm like, "Circumcision." Like over
don't
and over
tell 'em.
again.
No,
You gotta skip that
nah,
one.
dude. You
I
skip
thought it
that
was-
one. Pretend
I
you got
know.
it done when you're a baby.
I thought it was like an outpatient thing, like when I got my vasectomy. Like I just went to the doctor, I was awake, and no hospital got nothing. I pulled down my pants, they cut me, cauterized it. You know what I'm saying?
my
Like
God.
No. It's serious. When I was in pre-op, they did all the shit, and then they took me into the room, and then they give you the juice, the whatever anesthesiologist or whatever, and then like you wake up in another room, right? So
They
like
put
any
you
other
to
surgery.
sleep with general anesthesia? That's crazy,
Genital
dude.
Oh my god! Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean, dude, they're pulling the dick skin up and just snipping it like they put you to sleep.
I
Absolutely.
honestly think I could do this with some Bactine, a pair of like good scissors.
How does that
You know.
skin feel? Like, can you smush? Okay, Daniel.
Like mine, I can
Travis.
take it and I can pinch it as hard as
Yeah,
I
like
want
elbow
to.
skin, right?
It's
Yeah,
like the end of your elbow. Yeah.
All right. So to me, that seems like they
Should be
don't-
easy.
Yeah, don't have to
Yeah.
put you to sleep for that. But anyway,
So
Men are babies.
after the surgery happened, so then I just wake up in the ICU, and because it's an invasive surgery, so you have a nurse there that's kind of attending to you, whatever. And I wake up and she's like, "What's your name?" And I give her my name, John, and she says, "What's your date of birth? And do you know why you're here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know why I'm here."
is so big.
And
I'm
Dicks are big,
I'm
head
here
cut
because I'm one of those kids cursed with a huge dick.
she goes, "Do you want to take a look at your penis?" And I was like,
You want to take a look at your tits, you bitch? Fuck you.
and she was hot too. She had fucking big ass titties. I remember.
Okay, slow down.
And she told me to take a look at my dick, and I looked at my dick, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Mutilated.
My dick was, I swear to God, I am not lying, the size of like a 16-ounce, Monster Energy drink. Okay,
Hey, for reference.
Yeah, there it is.
It was
completely
swollen?
flaccid, and I could see the like where they stitched it, and they had like it was covered in that brown fucking shit they put on there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Iodine, yeah. And then they had the
Shit,
yellow
holy
tape.
shit.
You butt fuck the urologist while you're under.
So then they had the yellow tape around where the stitches were, and I was like, "Is that normal?" And she looks at me and she's like, "Yeah, the swelling should go down in like 5 to 7 days." And I'm like, "All right." She's like, "Can I take you to post-op?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever." So she takes me to the post-op room, and I'm still like hazy, because I just like woke up from surgery. So I fell asleep for a little bit, and my mom's in there and my godmom's in there, and they
Too
were
many
like,
moms,
My
dude.
God.
Get some dads in this dick story. God.
"Dude, I got protected. They had protected me, whatever."
I guess.
So my mom wakes me up and she's like, "Hey, they won't let you leave until you shit." Now I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but
you guys
I had
are
this
fucked
shit.
up family, man.
No, this is the hospital policy, So I went into the bathroom.
It's
and
a
I sat
rule.
down-
All big dick kids have to shit before they leave the hospital.
I feel like that's for other surgeries, but for circumcision, I don't
and
feel
no
like...
alcohol, and all of our paintings have Jesus assisting.
Like when
the
I got my
doctors.
wisdom teeth taken out, they were like, "Hey, you went under, so you got to take a shit
Yeah.
before you leave."
Go take a shit, Sam.
yeah, that's for like hernia surgery or some sort of gastrology something, right? Where
Yeah, I
like
think
you're right.
they're
I
messing
think
with
you're
your
right.
This doesn't seem
intestines.
accurate for this. I don't know.
Well, it happened. I'm just telling you that. And then so I went to the bathroom. I took a shit. I literally had to hold my dick in my hand because I didn't want my dick to hang in the shit water. Okay. So
Oh my god.
I don't have that problem. This is big dick 15-year-old
Well, you're
problem.
swollen.
It's all monster energy.
Good Lord.
And-
You know what? Now that I'm hearing the troubles of somebody with a big dick, like this is terrifying. I don't want a big dick now. I want a regular dick.
well, how long did you recover for?
okay, all right. So then I take a shit. She comes in. I get to go home, right? So then I go home. Now, granted, I am like 14, 15 years old. I don't know if you knew what it was like to be 14, 15 years old, but like you pop boners like time boners, like 10 a.m.
I bet
2
it
p.m.,
hurt
4
because
p.m.,
I
right?
bet it hurt while it was healing.
Oh my God, it would stretch everything. from the stitches, and the stitches were those ones that kind of pop out on their own.
Yes.
Right? So they're, I don't know, biodegradable. That's probably not the right word, but
They dissolve.
They're
dissolve.
dissolvable.
yeah, they dissolve. Yeah. So I would get boners 4 to 5 times a day, but she told me, the nurse said, you can't jack off for 30 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, So I couldn't relieve myself, and I would pop these boners. What's that?
Well, no, here, I'll help you a little bit. I do know what it's like to have an issue down there. I got a rash on mine from some detergent or some shit, and my dick broke out and whatever was super irritated.
Gross.
But when you got boners, yeah, it was excruciating because that skin's tight, and then it's trying to heal, and all you're doing is nah, dog.
Stretching it out,
While
yeah.
you're healing, I'm just gonna stretch this shit and crack it up big, and it is excruciating.
Oh my gosh, it was so painful.
I feel like, again, your mom should have told you, hey, this is a serious, maybe you should wait till you get to 18.
Now's not the time.
Don't talk about my mom, Tom.
Or maybe your godmom. I mean, you had every mom you have there. At least somebody should have stepped in and said, whoa, slow your roll here.
A crazy thing to do just for cosmetic reasons. It's if your 15-year-old wants a nose job or something, it seemed like a lot of surgery for cosmetic reasons, right? And you should wait it out, or maybe you're making a wrong decision.
How long did it take?
What's that?
To heal,
to get better?
To fully heal.
Yeah, are you happy?
30, a month.
Did it go back down to the regular size, or did it stay monster
Yeah, you still
can?
got monster can.
No, it's not monster, guys. I'm telling you, it's not monster. It's just
You told
once
us
it
that.
got...
Settle down, Tim.
Well, 4 inches flaccid is big, but 6.5 hard is not that big, right?
Yeah. That's an average.
I think it's bigger than most people, honestly.
So are you,
Yeah,
are
so,
you happy you got that done? I mean, it seems like a
Was it
traumatic
worth it?
experience.
The grass is, I was thinking about this, the grass is greener. If I didn't do it, I wish I would have, and I now that I did it, maybe I shouldn't have. What's the big deal?
How's the scarring and whatnot since you did it so later in life?
I mean, because of all the stretching, there was another story where, I went out and bike rode and went to do some jackass stunts with people, and I was like, I can tow them in there. I'll be in the camera. I mean, this is 2001, Tom. You know that Jackass was huge in that area, so, we were, taking people on skateboards up quarter pipe ramps, whatever, and I got home, and I would wrap my dick in whitey tighties, and I would put boxer shorts over them. And then I got home one time, and I took my boxer shorts off, and my crotch area was blood red. Okay, totally blood red, that it was dripping blood. I know this is gross, and so I called my mom. I thought my dickhead was falling off. I'm not kidding. I looked at my dick. And
what?
I'm sorry. I'll move past that.
No, it's
Franken dick?
what
Your
happened?
head was falling
Well,
off.
they did a major surgery on your penis, and then obviously at the wrong age.
It's giving me the willies.
Yeah, they should have talked you out of that.
yeah. I'm surprised the doctor would even do
prime
it.
time boner time.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You're at your most active. I mean, it sounds like, what, did you rupture something? Should you have not been skateboarding?
I was probably riding my bike, and it was just a bunch of movement around with the stitches and stuff. I mean, it really wasn't that bad when I look at it at the end of the day, but at that time, I was like, holy shit, what is going... I mean, you look down and you see blood in your crotch. Yeah. That's not a good thing.
We have to do that every month, sir. It's fine.
I know that. I was going to say something about that.
Just blew my mind there, Sam.
The first time it's terrifying.
I don't know if I regret it necessarily, but I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go on Tom and Dan and I'm going to talk about circumcision. And she's like, what do you mean? Why are you going to do that? And she's like, I've never even seen an uncircumcised penis. And I was like, what? Because that was kind of the reason too.
You've lived half your life as both. You've been both. You're the blade of dicks. You know what it's like to have. You've had
even at. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say you've had a little bit of time where you know what it's like to feel differently and have an uncut penis.
Had you had sex before you got circumcised?
No.
Okay, I just want to see if there was a difference.
She's my wife. I've been dating her since I was in 8th grade. Okay, so we've been together for that long, 20 years, and I was rounding third base. Put it that way, And at the same time, I'm showing my dick off to all my friends, and then they're, making fun of me. And I was like, I don't want to show her this gross penis,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
I have body dysmorphia.
You know what?
That's how I
Chivalry
went-
is not dead.
You know what's weird?
so like,
From growing up in Miami, I had a lot of friends that were uncircumcised,
Uncircumcised, sure.
just because popular,
Yeah.
like to not get circumcised in like South America and different.
I have a
like,
lot of any of my Latin friends, Spanish friends. They're all uncircumcised.
Yeah. So
Tony Rage is uncircumcised.
it was never.
Or excuse me, Tony Monget.
a weird thing because there was a certain percentage of everybody that wasn't. So but I can imagine in different places.
It was weird
like,
in DeLand, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, what am I, some sort of, what are you, some kind of light in the loafers European?
Yeah.
You know, seriously.
Yeah, or
I mean,
hippie.
Yeah, it was very weird.
All right, David.
You know, I appreciate your adolescent
There we
big
go.
dick
Yeah.
bravery for sharing that story.
If you want to find who David is, you probably search the BDM page. It's on there.
Just search on there.
chill.
I'm just telling people how to find you. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, leave him a message.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, man. See you guys.
Yeah,
Good
be
show.
good, man. That was good. That was I learned a lot. I don't know if I would do that.
There are people that have done it at, like David did at 15. There are people that have done it as adult.
Yeah, like
adult.
30-year-old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know a
you
guy
can-
in his 30s that did it.
Yeah.
I know a guy in his 30s that did it. Yep.
For like
Medical reasons?
Medical
Okay.
reasons. Yeah.
Cosmetic.
Oh,
Guy did
cosmetic.
it
or
for
cosmetic. Yeah,
No,
cosmetic reasons.
this was medical reasons. This particular person was just having a tough time, with in some other urology issues, and this just makes it easier.
Girlfriend at the time bullied him into getting it, and then she broke up with him later on.
It's weird too because
Wow, that's a new one, Butler.
besides from like
Yeah, you
just-
don't really hear it that way. You usually hear like the guy bullies the girl into getting like fake tits. You never really hear like the girl bullying a guy to get his dick cut.
Well, let's be
right?
real about it. All the jokes that Tom's makes, that is rooted in the reason that is so funny is there are girls that I have had a girl look at my penis and be like, I've had that.
I
I have had a
believe
girl
that.
tell me,
100%
I found
believe
out
that.
you're uncircumcised in high school. That's disgusting. I have had that
But
happen.
to be with someone and then convince them to go get their dick cut seems odd.
Yeah,
I can't. No.
'Cause,
That'd be like you're with your wife and there's something down there. Maybe she has larger labia, or
Yeah.
maybe breast augmentation would be the big one.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Girls get that all the time.
Like,
Right.
You should get some bolt-ons.
Because the one of my buddies that wasn't circumcised, like he hooked up with a lot of girls in high school, and that you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and he never ever had a story about any of them ever it's stopping him from hooking up with a
Right.
girl.
I know,
you
yeah.
know? But again, it was
yeah,
Miami.
from
It
high
was
school,
more
I didn't-
used. People were more used to it. You
Yeah.
know, like so it was one of those things where most girls that I've talked to that grew up in Miami have seen an uncircumcised or been with a
I
man
also
that was
think
uncircumcised.
now, like in this day and age, like not only are people more exposed to it because of porn, but I just think a lot less people are actually getting circumcised.
Yes,
So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's not going to
absolutely.
be like
Where are we
as
at with it now?
abnormal. I don't know.
Is it still the norm? Are we right in the middle? Is it like are
of-
we a solid 33.3 of everything?
I feel like it's still more circumcised than not,
I agree with that.
but
Well,
it's slowly shifting. I think.
I think it is too. Yeah. Out of every single one of my friends that had kids that had boys, only one of them circumcised their kid, their boy kid.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So
Things-
it's like 90%, 95% didn't circumcise.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Going back to the chat room, a few weird things coming out of there. A little tidbits that are kind of interesting because we probably do got to take a break.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Brock says, I knew a guy with elephantitis in high school and he got laid more because of it. I wouldn't mind you calling in about that, Brock. That's interesting to me. Elephant, like
I don't
real,
believe
Calling
that.
bullshit.
real
Yeah,
elephantitis.
I saw videos of real elephantitis, and it
Yeah.
was like a beanbag the guy was sitting on his balls.
The only
It
ones
was-
I've
it
ever
did not
seen
look fun.
are the ones that are usually with like
not
tribal
look
people,
fun.
and they're sort of disrespectful, and it's usually like
Yeah.
some tribal elder where they didn't
Yeah.
have medicine.
100%.
And is
grotesque.
And it's just like he's sitting on a beanbag chair that is his scrotum.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we saw the same video.
It's a medical problem. they
Yeah,
know. I don't think any
It's not a
woman
braggable thing,
found it's like, oh, elephantitis. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. A lot of being bullied about getting it. Let's say Izzy says, this is fucking crazy. What is so hard of pulling your skin back and revealing a beautiful shiny head? I am all I have to do is pull my skin back and look, I'm uncircumcised. Okay, Izzy, thank you for that vision.
Well,
He also earlier said he was eating a chicken parm sandwich while listening to a guy get his dick cut. So.
Okay, there you go. Mine's not shiny. I don't.
Lunch with Izzy today. Chicken
Mine's
parm
not
sandwich.
shinier because I have a foreskin. Is yours shinier?
I mean, I've never really compared it to anybody else, but no, I mean,
I
maybe.
will
well, it's
say
a
maybe,
wet.
you
It's
know,
a wet in
yeah,
there.
It's wet?
Yeah.
Not
It's
mine.
wetter. Like
It can
mine's
be.
dry like a saddle.
It can be, but you know what I will say is that when I pull my
Purple
skin
head.
back, because my dad taught me the hybrid. We'll end with this. My dad was uncircumcised. I'm uncircumcised, but my dad would pull his skin back so he appeared to be circumcised. And he trained his penis, and my penis is also trained to appear circumcised, but it is uncircumcised. You just pull the skin back, and it just rides at the top. It's like a little hat. Got myself a little,
Dick beret.
little necklace. Yeah, a little beret, like what the Girl Scouts wear. You know, like a little beret.
The one thing I didn't realize is there's a color difference. That was shocking to me. Like,
Yeah, it's like
between
fresh produce. It's like
circumcised and
organic produce versus like the shit that's been gassed in the poison farms.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
a true healthy dick, bright colors, like looks like an electric daisy carnival, like flags and shit.
That was
baseball
shocking.
card that's been in your pocket versus one that's been in a protective sleeve.
Yeah, no, that's true. UV, put that UV coating. You gotta get a little UV coating on there.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. This is disgusting.
All right.
Wow,
Anybody
dick
want to
talk.
talk about this? My
A lot of
God.
dick talk.
We got good music this week, if I can find it. We've been getting a lot of fun stuff sent to us. This is a cover. The name of the band is The Brixton Riot. They're covering the song Pretty in Pink. You'll know what it is. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOM, the letter N, D-A-N. Show at tomanddan.com. That's the email address. Ross is up next, and we will be right back. Long ending on this one. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha here, Butler here. How are we doing on fish? Have you seen the new fish?
I have seen the new fish.
The one that's got the frog face.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's like
very,
a
very
shark.
cool. Yeah, it's crazy looking.
I like the surprise of new fish.
I do like the surprise of new fish as well, although I just wish that they weren't afraid of us. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good. Let's do this thing now. I volume's too low. Hold on, we're going to do it again.
No.
We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. Hold on. I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to hit the button again. It didn't work.
Button. Who's got the
You know what?
button?
Fuck it. Here's Ross.
Ross's News, brought to you by The Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. Find it anywhere podcasts are heard. Also, injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yeah, if you are injured on the go, call Mo. And the easiest thing to do, because Apple always changes their subscription techniques, find the plus button for when you find Ross's show and click that, and then you will be notified and it will download the latest episode. Who's on the latest episode, Ross?
Actually, I'm recording later today with a guy you guys just talked with. Man, I beat in a foot race one time, Buckethead.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
And I don't know, you guys may not know this. Bart went to college with him. So I got a couple of stories for that all racked up. That's going to be fun. And then we are tracking down the elusive SBK still. We are right on the brink of booking that. It is like
cool.
so close.
Yeah, that'll be fun, man. That'll
Hard
be
to get a hold of.
Very hard.
Kevin,
Busy man.
Very hard. I got an email back from him from an email I sent him pre-pandemic.
He obviously has like free time at certain times, and he tries to get shit done. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate him trying to work us in.
Yeah, man, that's going to be awesome. Well, those are fun things to look forward to. Anything else going on in your world, or you want to dig into news?
No, we just wrapped up all the inside construction here, so we're happy with that. We got the windows and doors in, Dan.
Nice.
Man, like from a sound perspective, Dan, it's fucking crazy. My house is like a tomb now. It's so quiet.
Yeah, I too had, like, it was like when we got carpet in a room that had no carpet. And when I would walk in there, I'd be like, well, this is a lot more pleasing in here because not everything's bouncing around.
Also, windows and doors more expensive than you think.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if someone didn't know anything and you just asked them like how much to replace all the windows and doors in your house, I feel like people would be like, man, I don't know. Like $3,800 or something. They're like, no, I'm sorry that is incorrect. It is $28,000. And you're like, God, why? You're like, oh my God.
We've been paying our mortgage like 20 years, refied once or twice, and we had like a pretty good chunk of equity, and a good third of it went to windows and doors only. A good third of it. And I wasn't that surprised because to me, windows are magic. Like I've read Little House on the Prairie. Back in the day, to have a little sheet of glass in your house is a fucking king-like luxury. So I understand windows are hard. When they separated how much the doors cost, I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? What are the hinges made out of? Dragon fucking bone? The door aspect, unbelievable.
Well, I replaced windows. I've only replaced windows in one home that I have. And then the girl I was dating at the time, her dad comes over and he's like, "Oh, did you get new windows?" He's like, yeah, why'd you get the single pane? These are cheap ass windows. I'm like, what am I supposed he's like, I just had them replaced, and he's already like, well, these are shit. And I'm like, well, then what the fuck? Someone in our chat room, Ross, just said 17 windows. Anybody want to throw out a number? If you read it, don't.
I did read it. I did read it.
I mean,
17 windows. They got. Ross? You want to take first crack? 17 windows.
I think we did 15, and so with that in mind, just the windows. I couldn't.
He said 17 windows, $30,000. Well, then fuck windows. Then we're boarding them up.
Yeah. My buddy down in Miami told me
hurricane safe.
So like 40, like a hurricane, and then they're like, oh well, these windows are good because they have their double pane with gas in between. I'm like, gas? What is there gas?
I don't have gas in my windows.
Ross, I'm sorry, you lit the fuse.
Give me the standard.
You lit the window fuse, but I got to tell you something. I've been through a lot of hurricanes, and I've never had hurricane-rated windows, and they're never had one blown out. Never had anything break.
True.
I've never had any problem with just regular. Hey, did that Italian got Charlie? If you're listening to the girl I used to date, fuck you. Those windows are fine.
Yeah, you don't need that shit. In fact,
again, when we got the door prices, it was like one price for door and another price for hurricane rated door. And it was like $1 million extra.
That's all. That's a goddamn scam.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
Dude, I went through one of the worst hurricanes that hit Florida as a kid. It killed my dad and my step grandfather. I'm just telling you, reminding everybody how.
I remember.
And I remember when I was a kid, like there were certain friends and family that did have blown out windows from Andrew or whatever, but it was like a couple from one side of the house, you know what I'm saying? And then like I had a family in Homestead and their entire house is leveled, so fuck the windows. Like it was like an atomic bomb. It leveled every house. So the windows didn't matter at that point, but like it's like shit, I'll take the $18,000 cheaper on the windows and not make them hurricane rated, and then every once in 10 years maybe a hurricane blows one of them out. Like I don't need hurricane rated windows. It seems like a scam. Like, and then
let me remind you, it was during a hurricane that I think I first saw the rats in Rat House in the window, and the hurricane was blowing, and I, in an attempt to make the rats like run around, tapped the window with a twig, and it shattered. So.
Well, don't tap my windows. Just leave them be.
You know what they say?
Leave them be.
They say don't go tapping.
All right, Ross, what do you got?
Don't go.
All right, we got we got an active criminal we're looking for. If you're in and around New York City, we got a lady at the Bronx Zoo, serial offender. She's apparently getting into a fenced-in area and harassing lions from across a moat.
Oh, man.
Pussy.
They have video of this lady. She's wearing a red dress. And if you know lions and all, this is like using the N-word. She has a leopard print shawl on.
God damn it. She don't even have her cats correct.
Ross, do you think it's like, we talked about this before, like your urge to jump off a cruise ship or over a building or in front of or drive off a bridge or whatever. Do you think that the crazy people Like, because with a lion enclosure or wherever, like, you see you're at the zoo and you're like, man, what if I jumped in there? Like, you think about that crazy, and then the crazy people do it. Because this happens. Remember that like a homeless man was killed by a killer whale. Yeah. And then like every once in a while, some lady will jump in like a gorilla pit, and then it'll rip her butt ass off.
You know what I just realized is that story with the homeless man killed by the killer whale at SeaWorld. What's interesting about that is if you made the headline "homeless man killed by whale," everybody'd be like, how the hell did that, right? It sounds insane.
Yeah.
Is a homeless man killed by a whale? That's crazy, but,
he just wandered in there, jumped the fence, jumped in the tank.
He got nude, remember?
Yeah. They're always nude.
The whale bit is dead.
Killed them good.
Homeless man killed by whale. One of them is somewhere where they have no business being.
Right.
So, at a certain point, do you just let the animals rip her to shreds? Because you're like, hey, you keep going in there, we're just going to let it happen.
Okay.
I feel like the Bronx Zoo, you got a 3 strikes policy that's 2 times now. And you tell me if this lady's crazy or not, Tom. What she does is she sneaks into the fence, she gets across the moat, and she talks to the lions. She shows them some roses, and she throws money at them.
Nah,
well, this sounds oddly similar to the woman who would visit like Sir Arthur, who would visit like some weird gravesite. You know what I'm talking about? Like, isn't this like a sighting? They're like the lady in the red dress who throws flowers and irritates the lions. It's very much like...
yeah. It's like, is it Edgar Allan Poe or somebody?
You're right.
Leaves a rose on his grave every year at his birthday or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. That was the first thing I thought of when you were talking about this story. The first thing I thought of is like, why, if you're going to do this, and you're going to do it a lot, would you wear red and leopard? What are you, dressed like Cruella de Vil, which like everybody sees you, right? It's like a weird thing. You want the attention, I would imagine, right?
Also, the lions are less dangerous than we think, because I've always assumed that, if you jump...
male lions are very lazy.
Yeah, they'll immediately attack you, but they're more confused by the fact that, like, what is a human doing here? They don't immediately usually attack the crazy person like we all think.
Also, most animal, refuges or zoos put their lions in the freezer for 30 minutes before they put them on property to chill them and make them more calm.
So what kind of crime is it? Like just a trespassing type of deal?
Let's see what they're trying to try. Well, first of all, they haven't caught her, but yeah, she is wanted for trespassing.
Oh, she got back out and ran away.
Yeah. Multiple times.
She's gotten away with it twice now.
Yeah.
Twice now she's gone into the Bronx Zoo in a fucking leopard print shawl.
In a red dress.
Blonde wig.
Doesn't someone like, hey, there's someone crazy lady in there. Get her.
Get her. It's
like,
Carmen Sandiego. Get her.
But isn't this what happened with Harambe, where like the crazy person got in there? Or was that
the little boy that fell in?
Oh, a little boy fell in, and then they shot. Like, don't they usually call like some sort of zoo official? They come with the gun.
Look, everyone's short-staffed right now, buddy.
I don't think she's actually made it into the lion enclosure. She's just on the other side of the
moat.
The moat.
Yeah. But aren't the other people that are there at the zoo
like, hey, it's her again?
Yeah, like,
stop doing that.
Don't they alert?
She's like bending over and smacking her ass in front of the lion. This is nuts.
The video they have is a cell phone video of her.
Weird.
Yeah, so she has an accomplice that's like taking the video.
Yeah.
Or it was somebody just standing there, I think, Sam, maybe.
Yeah, but like they're saying, like other zoo visitors, don't they yell like, "Hey, go get someone"? Like,
she's here. Get her.
She's getting out. Stop
getting away. Her wig fell off.
No, this is 2021. They yell, "Get out your fucking phone!" That lady's climbing in with the lion.
Yeah, we do get a lot of that.
It's so fucking sad.
Fucking media's gonna buy this shit for so much money, dude.
Just yesterday, I saw some homeless guy seizing out, and I was just filming him good. I was just standing there the whole time.
It's kind of related, but anybody watched any of the second season of Lion King?
I've watched about an episode and a half.
I heard Busey's in it.
Busey's in the first episode,
I heard that the new guy in it, like the new villain is, and this guy...
Well, he was in the last season too.
But it's like he's way worse, I heard. Like they made, like when you dig into this guy, you're like, wow, this guy's probably worse than old Joe Exotic.
Dude, good publicity for Busey, right? Like, how many millions of people will watch this worldwide? Like 100 million? Right?
Yeah, but do you want to watch him pee in a midget's butt?
Well, that's a whole different question.
Right.
But
you need to get them to sign up for the Snapchat, right? You want them to log in.
But as far as
if you like Tiger King, you're gonna wait till you see me shooting this flamethrower.
I mean, even if he got 0.02% of people to even look up Busey after it, like pretty good press for him.
He just did his Veterans Day celebration,
Yes.
and I'm sure you guys know he has this lady coming and give blowjobs to veterans for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wanted me to plug that.
They were talking about it on Instagram, and they revealed this fun fact, which like amused and depressed me both greatly at the same time. Veterans Day, she's married, and Veterans Day is their anniversary.
Yes.
So every year on their marriage anniversary, she goes to Boosie's fucking swamp farm and sucks like 25 veterans' dicks.
Yeah. Do you know who it is? Her name is Jenny Jizz. Her anniversary with her husband, and his name's out there. It's like Armando. Like you'll see, she'll be like,
well, I'm sure he's cool with it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Armando. Look, I read this. Ross and I must have the same algorithm because I flipped up and it's
Does
like
Busey
Jenny.
pay her for this? Or
Yes,
does she do it out of the kindness of her own
No,
heart?
I think
That's like promo fee.
maybe a promo fee, but she does do it out of the kindness of her heart. She is pro-military, pro-veteran, and she has her husband Armando, and it's like, we celebrated 25 years today, and I can think of nothing I would rather do than to suck these good military dicks. Like, hats off, you know? Like,
I like what she's doing the Lord's work here.
Yes.
But I would, if I was Jenny Jizz, like
Jenny Jizz.
I would be like, well, did you see any action? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you just
you'd say,
yeah, like my buddy the Grizz, like he went and
well, what about a lick?
he didn't
I
even
don't know
shoot
how
his
far-
gun.
I don't know how far you're going. What about a lick if you're in the military?
Yeah,
and then
she is.
Like, were you in the Coast Guard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, I want you to have seen action, to have shot your gun at some,
I was in ROTC.
terrorist or,
Yeah,
done, kick some doors down.
Yeah, but then
that deserves a dick sucking. But
Okay,
At least a finger in the butt.
It does, but then you are going to get the gentlemen who have been disfigured. You're going to get the men and women that are hurt and have been sitting on a wheelchair all day. And I'm just saying that when you raise your standard of what you'll suck, you're going to have to do some boot camp, if you know what I mean.
all right. Next story, Ross.
All right, it's Bird Wednesday, Florida news. We got a Florida lawmaker. Do you know what the state bird is, Tom?
I do. Do you know?
Florida state bird.
I just found one in my backyard like 6 months ago that got fucked up by a cat, and there's a real cool wildlife rescue took it in.
Yeah.
It's
the fentanyl eagle. Everyone knows that.
Is it some sort of swallow or something?
It's a mockingbird.
It's the northern mockingbird.
It's a mockingbird.
Okay.
And so they want to change it. There's a lot of birds up for debate. Of course, the flamingo.
Perfect.
The big four, I think, are the flamingo, the scrub jay, and the osprey, and this thing called the roseate spoonbill.
I would go either flamingo or roseate spoonbill.
Yeah, spoonbill.
But flamingo's dope. Like, who wouldn't want, like, that's right? That's like
an ibis.
That's
a flashy ass bird, man.
Yeah.
We're Florida. We're open, baby. Look at this guy. He's long. He likes to party. He's always got sunglasses on. Bird eyes. Bam.
Old people, I mean, the stereotype is they put the plastic flamingo in front of their place in the villages.
Look,
like, it makes more sense.
I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are, but most people like flamingos. Like,
Now, you guys are going to be startled, but this has been made political. Okay, the Florida scrub jay is the only one up. It's the only bird that is like entirely native to Florida, right? So that one's getting a big push. But then your independent, your right wingy types are like, well, the Florida scrub jay though is endangered, and it subsides on federal funds. It needs federal funding even to stay alive. We don't need a bird that's sucking off the federal teeth.
okay, hold on a second. All right. They got me. I'm on board. All right, that's an excellent point.
Scrub jay
And so
asking
those
for
guys are-
handouts.
Those guys are pushing more flamingo, and but personally, I like the roseate spoonbill, Dan, because it's basically like a fucking flamingo. So we get the flamingo of it all. But then when out-of-staters say our state bird is a flamingo, we can be like, actually, it's the roseate.
And that's fun.
Actually.
And that's fun to do. You know,
Yes.
it's fun to correct people and show them how stupid
Yes.
they are. So, you know what? I vote for that one, the spoonbill. gets it.
What about the ibis? Is that
That would be a great one. Ibis,
like
a
the
beautiful
ibis.
bird. You know
Your,
what?
UM's
tier
the
birds
mascot.
that are being kicked around are the white ibis, the swallow-tailed kite, which is a cool fucking bird.
That
It
is a
is.
cool
Really cool.
bird.
Yep. Those are very cool. In fact, you know what? You know that bird, we see it in Florida. Also in the Dominican Republic, you see variations of it. So I would sit on my balcony, high as hell in the Dominican Republic, just look at all these crazy birds flying around.
I'm not to brag, but I'm about 9/10 of the way through the North American Field Guide to Birds right now, and I'm still dumb, but now I notice all kinds of weird, different shit about birds. It makes you like notice they all have faces. First of all, they all have like either plain face or like a white face, and then markings, and then different underwing markings, and foot shape, beak shape, all kinds of weird shit.
I like that.
How long do like the general wild bird? How long does it live?
That's a great question because we found out today, and through your connection with birds, that
parrots,
a macaw, an African gray, a cockatiel, they can live for
70 years.
70 years.
You know what? The fucking North American Field Guide has all kinds of information, Tom, and I am now angry that it doesn't have average lifespan in there because that is a crucial bit of information.
I think we've talked about this on Bird Wednesday before. We've
Yeah.
gone over
I don't
bird
remember
lives
ever covering.
I think we did
lifespan.
look up like Publix dove or something.
Public stuff.
like a
That was
regular
Tom's description.
Publix brown bird. Well, I think they
They
live.
got new subs I haven't tried yet.
I think it's sub 20 years, but I think it's more than 10. I think it's somewhere in that range.
That's
like a
pretty
dog
good,
or
though,
something.
right?
Seagulls were like 3 to 5. Wasn't there something crazy?
Oh,
like
but
that?
seagulls living that homeless man life. Like a seagull is a homeless human beach homeless man. Right? Like when I see them, they're interchangeable. What else you got, Ross?
All right, Tom. Anytime some good Miami news comes up, I want to kick it to you. This is there's a house for sale in Miami right now. It used to be Madonna's. All right, the family of the current owner bought it from Madonna like 20 years ago for $7.5 million. Right now, they're selling it for $31.75 million. Tuscan-style villa, view of Biscayne Bay.
Wow.
On Star Island. Yeah.
The only weird part about it is that the owner who is selling it right now is named Gunther the German Shepherd.
So that's his legal name?
Nope, it's an actual dog.
No,
Yeah.
okay. So
It
it's
is
a
an
dog.
actual German Shepherd.
Oh, I love
This-
you, Miami.
Dog is the grand dog of a dog named Gunther the Third, who was lucky enough to be the dog alive when German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein died in 1992. She left a lot of fucking money to her dog, and so the way that works out is there's a trust that runs this dog, and I guess lets it fuck and have other dogs, and then they designate an heir, and then they run that dog around in its own private fucking jet. This property in Miami is just like the dog dabbles in real estate. Its main house is in Tuscany, Italy, and this dog has pets. This dog lives with another dog and like 6 cats. It has a chef that cooks for it.
Yep.
Private jet, workout trainer, and it sleeps right currently now in Madonna's old bedroom in this mansion in Miami.
Now,
Good for Gunther.
it seems like the greatest because, like, think about the person that's in charge of taking care of the dog reaps all the benefits,
Oh, yeah.
right? So it's like some human or team of humans live at the mansion.
But then they're like, no, this is Gunther.
yeah. Like, I wonder if there's any
It's
sort of.
described as a group of handlers.
Can I do that with my pee-pee dogs?
Yeah.
Can I make them like this is their, and I'm just like, look, I'm just here to assist them, make sure they go pee-pee.
Well, what's
Give
interesting
them some rotten food for their rotten teeth.
is that obviously a dog is viewed in the law world as just a person's property, right? So, but
Not if it's a canine.
what do you mean?
It's an actual police officer.
Well,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what
But
I mean?
still,
Like they align it as if it's almost like a human being.
it doesn't have any human legal rights when it comes to money or property or whatever. But the trust does. That
Right.
so the trust owns everything, and whoever's in charge of the
So if
the
that dog
executor.
bit somebody, could someone go after that trust?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
illegal.
could.
It's the trust is the legal entity of this entire all the money and whatever. So the trust lives itself like the trust owns the properties, the trust owns the jet, and the trust has the instructions on how to take care of the dog, and the trust sets an executor to be in charge of all this,
Right.
and that person is the person that's reaping all the benefits, unless it's just employees. But someone's living at the house, right? Enjoying the mansion and
Yeah.
stuff like
yeah,
that.
there's people leeching off this dog 100%. And you're exactly right. It's a trust, but like as opposed to, Carnegie or Rockefeller or one of these guys that set up a trust, with the
Rothschilds.
prize and the Nobel, they set up these trusts to like do something in the world. Carnegie to like put libraries in every fucking city in America.
Sure.
Nobel like to encourage people to write and be scientific and stuff. This lady set up a trust. Keep my dog alive and fucking. And then when I had pick the best looking puppy, and then that one, have it fuck, and then fly around the fucking world on a jet.
So it keeps going with the
I support
descendants of the dog.
I don't know why I do, but I support
This
it.
is a
So
great
stupid.
weirdo loophole.
Yeah, I'm okay
Like,
with
How
it.
much money do you think this trust is responsible for right now? Go ahead, give me a guess on the trust.
Well, if it bought Madonna's old mansion, I'm guessing
On a whim, it sounds like.
Was this person just a crazy, eccentric, rich person that made his money through real estate
do we
or
have
some
some
land?
background on this person? Were they a breeder? It would make more sense. Okay, what if you boiled it down and it was just like some crazy like Mr. Hart's or Billy Purina? Like if it were something like that, would you feel like it's less weird because it was just like, oh no, they were so enmeshed in dog world that of course they
Like,
had
that's
a
how they
crazy
made their
dog.
money? Yeah. I guess so.
Of course this was their last dying wish. It's a whimsical tale and it keeps the positivity of our canines, our four-legged friends. That people do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where they're like, this is just a feel-good story. I'm just doing it for humanity.
Although it is,
And then everybody goes, that money could go to charity. That's the thing I see with everybody has money. Elon Musk, he sold all of his stock. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you stop world hunger, do this. It's like nobody will ever do that. You're an idiot. That's not going to happen.
yeah.
They're going to put the dog in the mansion. They're not going to save you if you're hungry.
And that's the problem too. It's like if there was a specific thing that could be solved, but we all know that it just goes and eventually just gets depleted. It's like, oh, we lost. It's gone because that's what happens. And it's like, all right, well, did you solve the problem? Like, no. It's more complicated than just throwing.
Yeah. Turns out it was extremely complicated. We wasted all the money being complicated.
Yeah. You can't just throw $10 billion doesn't solve it forever. Like it defeats some people, but that runs out.
All right. What else you got, Ross?
Did you want the name? German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein.
That's a great name. That's like a Despicable Me villain.
Yeah. A countess.
And is there anything in the story about how the German countess made their money?
No, but presumably the family made it through the 1940s with it. So, make your own rush to judgments.
Yeah. A lot of that is old school, like
old ass money.
You
Old
bought
German royalty money. Yeah.
you bought some sort of land in the 1800s that cost $100 nowadays, and it's worth billions. And, it was like, and then the city bought it from them, and there's some money. Like a lot of this old
I
school
always
family
wanted that.
money.
Like my family is very new, right? Like we're not an old. We're not rich, and most of us are dead, right? But I always wanted to be one of those people that were like, yeah, my family's been making cheese for 1,000 years. Like me. You're like when you have that's cool. I think. When
of
you
course
have,
it's cool, but you don't have to worry
I'm not
about
even talking
anything.
about the rich thing. I'm just talking about the history.
Oh, okay.
Like my family is just a blip. It's like boop, and that's it. There's not really any history. I'm making the most history because I'm recording everything that I say. They should actually be happy that this dentist is actually putting some stuff on tape for posterity. The rest of y'all are lazy, you dentists.
Do you think the guy at the 800-year-old cheese farm, though, feels like just trapped by cheese, though?
Probably.
I'm sure, yeah.
Shackled to it.
Yeah.
Shackled to cheese.
But that family wealth, hard to be motivated.
It doesn't have to be wealth to me, though. I'll give you a good real world example. Moore's Family Farms. I like that. I want that.
some generational thing.
As the owner of Al Capone's Stairs, tell us what it's like, Tom.
The more and more I'm doubting the story.
I mean, they're there.
Yeah.
You
Something
can look
was
it up.
there.
Yeah, something was
in the middle
there.
of the Everglades.
Yeah.
What was it? Well, who was
I don't
out
know,
there?
but it was stairs and gangsters and guns. Something nefarious guns, gangsters.
Because to build some ornate cement stairs, like everybody else out there, all the other rednecks, they just had some,
like a wooden ladder.
Just some manufactured housing or like some trailers that they put on some property. Like no one's building some ornate, cement stairs to some sort. It looked like a mansion. It's something.
Say the words ornate cement stairs again to yourself.
Right.
Next story, Ross.
All right. We don't usually get political, but we'll real quick talk about the $1.9 trillion social spending bill passed. We're only going to talk about this one notable thing to me. This guy broke the record for a speech on the House floor, previously held by Nancy Pelosi, 2018, spoke for 8 hours and 7 minutes. This guy, Thursday morning, spoke for 8 hours and 32 minutes, longest ever on the House floor. Topics ranging from COVID-19 booster shots, China, George Washington crossing the Delaware River, and how baby carrots are made.
That's an interesting fact. Somebody told me that baby carrots are just shaved down regular carrots.
Yeah.
And it made me angry.
This makes me the most mad that we're wasting our goddamn time. It's just like, what the fuck are we? What are you doing?
It's a waste.
Like a bunch of adults, and this guy's doing the thing because of some loophole. You can
You're being
talk
a
for a
baby.
long
You're being a
time
baby.
until the voting day is over, so no one is holding up shit. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Well, we just had a story about a dog that's a fucking millionaire that can
But
hold
I
on to
support-
this wealth
I support that one.
and get personal chefs to cook him breakfast.
But that's an individual doing with like wasting their own fucking money. That's fine, whatever. But I'm talking about the government.
No.
Get your shit together. Like, don't let people do
Good
this
luck.
shit. Yeah, I know, and I know it's all part of the process or whatever. But someone should just stand up and be like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Like, look around. We're all adults here. This guy's talking about carrots. Why are you wasting a goddamn time?
Shut up, carrot man.
We need to get shit done. Anyway,
I'm
TED
going to
Talk.
live with a dog.
Yeah.
Good day.
yeah. 'Cause it makes me so mad. I'm like, why are we doing this?
I don't know which way to go because I got one more quick political story, but I got one that's gonna make Tom old man yell, and he's on an old man rant right now.
Oh, he's pop crazy.
Let's go. Let's make it a
Let's
three-peat.
just go with that. All right. Dateline Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. They just passed an ordinance. It's going to take effect in January. From now on, all 100% of Ann Arbor public restrooms need to have soap, toilet paper, menstrual napkins, and tampons.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Whatever you need when you're in there.
Whatever
You
it
know,
takes.
Every single bathroom, male and female, unisex, child changing room has to have soap, toilet paper, menstrual pads, and tampons.
Basic bathroom needs.
Who's gonna use a free bathroom tampon?
I would.
You would?
Hell yeah.
Have you seen what people do to public bathrooms?
I'm not going to
It'll
use
come
it
in a
as a
little machine,
tampon.
though.
I'm going to
Oh.
use it for something else. I'm going to use it to
Yeah.
wipe up some barbecue sauce I got on my shoes.
I thought that you were talking like they'd have them available on like the sink, like
They're in
the-
wrappers.
It's in a machine. Oh, you mean it's like no spray, no lay? Like the attendant's going to hand you a
Well,
tampon when you walk
I don't know
out?
how they dispense them. That makes more sense.
Right now, you got to pay like 50 cents, which, by the way, who carries around quarters? So if you don't have a tampon on you, you
know what's weird
gotta
is-
find 2 quarters to put in this goddamn machine.
You know
for
what's
tampon.
weird is that, oddly enough, my wife does carry quarters, but she carries them the same place she carries the tampon.
I feel like Ann Arbor, Michigan is going to be bankrupted by like 10-year-old to 15-year-old boys stealing all the tampons and
That
menstrual
could be
pads
true.
from
Yeah.
boys' restrooms and just fucking around with them.
Yeah, I need these for the bus. I'm going to throw them at people. That's what you do with tampons. When you're a little kid and you don't know what a tampon's truly used for, you just get one, you take off the applicator, and you throw it at boys on the bus.
Dude, you take a menstrual pad, you lay it out, and you fucking pour a pitcher of water onto it. It turns into a big mushy sponge that you can throw the whole length of the bus, Dan.
I actually use those to wash my car. You put your hand in it. It's like nature's mitt.
It does seem like a lot of money for probably a small percentage of society that would need that, you know?
Well, here's my thing when they do things like this to try and like infuriate you and make you mad one way or the other. There's a simple way to solve this. If you're saying that, you know, like non-binary people or people that are on the spectrum of sexuality need tampons, okay, that's fine. When you have two doors that are outside, one man, one female, put the dispenser between the two and allow them to get it before they go in, and then go fuck yourself. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we have to.
You could have just bought one and put it on the door.
Put it in the middle and say like, "Hey, everybody, if you need it, get it." But why do they have to? You're only doing that to make people infuriate. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're doing the extra step just to piss people off. Just try to be cool with everybody. Jesus. So there's my solution.
All right, you guys, back to politics real quick. You remember FBR was in a wheelchair and he went to great lengths to hide it? You know, that was like the time and place when we wanted to like conceal our weaknesses and enhance our strengths to the enemy or whoever that was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, today we learned that Kamala Harris became the first woman to be given presidential power in America today because Joe Biden had to undergo his first as president colonoscopy.
Never had one. I've never had one.
I don't think Putin should know that.
Yeah, it feels like you could just do that and then not tell
Do you have to
anybody.
be put under for that?
Yeah, you do.
I don't
You
know.
do.
I didn't think you had to.
Yeah, they put you under, and then they.
Who was that did that on like the news? They did like a live one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What was
Seth
her name?
does it
Katie
every other
Couric? Was that
Thursday.
who did it?
I think it was
Yeah.
Katie Couric.
She was awake during it.
There's difference between a colonoscopy and a cleanse. The cleanse,
colonic.
Okay.
They stick that water up your ass and they fill your I guess.
So
your
what's the
small
colonoscopy?
intestine. Colonoscopy. They put a camera up your ass, but they put it up.
I think
your
there
ass.
was a camera up her ass on the news. I think that was the whole bit.
And
Maybe
he
they
will
were
be placed under anesthesia, Sam.
okay.
Yeah. Like
Interesting.
I know for a standard colonoscopy.
So circumcision, colonoscopy, under anesthesia. All
But
right.
I think that theoretic or traditionally rather, they always say whenever a president's going under or something like that, like.
Well, that's why I asked because I didn't realize you had to be put under. For that.
When any of them would be that would make the news. But I'm kind of with you guys. It's like you don't need to talk about that. Just go get.
But it made history for the first time.
Right, a woman
had presidential power, which is cool. Like
it's very cool.
I mean, anytime you
How nuts is that? It took that long.
Yeah.
Circumcision, Sam, by the way, not under anesthesia. That when they did my oldest son, that he was fully awake.
Wait, how old was he though?
Fucking 2 days.
Okay, we just talked to a guy that got it done when he was 15, and they put him under. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, and I can only imagine that's only going to get worse because I do know guys that got it in their 30, and imagine if I got it now at 45.
Why would you? Unless you absolutely had to.
Because like this chest tattoo this chest piece, my God, like I told them, I was like, I've never felt anything like this before. I'm covered in tattoos, not like this. I'm old now, and when you get it done now, it's terrible. It's like it made me want to cry.
I thought you were supposed to get like tougher as you get
No,
older.
you don't.
You
You get weaker and more baby-like.
Next story, Ross.
All right. 2 American tourists in Rome. The BBC is writing this up like they got fucking beat up by the cops or something. They snuck into the Colosseum and had a beer. So like where the ruins of the Colosseum in Rome, famous. They decided to sneak and have a beer. Got caught. Got busted. $900 fine, dude. That's it. I feel like that's
totally
almost
worth it.
worth the excursion, right? That is 100% worth it.
I think you're right because at St. Augustine at the fort where I got caught drinking, we were told we could go to federal prison.
Well, they had gotten away with it too. They broke into the Coliseum and they got busted after they had left, which is pretty cool. So they actually got away with it.
Dude, so they were in there for a while just
they had
chilling.
a beer and they actually went to where the original people kind of stood at and everything. It was really cool.
That's
I read that
dope.
article.
I mean,
if it's only $900, I think I think
well worth it.
You do it and then you just
Although, could you have do they serve beer? I've never been there, but could you get a beer and go into the Coliseum and drink it while you're on the tour?
I don't.
Well, Probably not, but at this point, it was just shut down. You're not allowed in there overnight at all.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they snuck in.
No, I think
Well,
what Tom's saying is like in
saying-
Europe, you can have beer a lot of places.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you were the only people, that have ever had a beer on that site, it's worth it because then you're like, we had a beer at the Colosseum.
Correct.
No one else. But if the general public on normal tourist days can get the beer outside and then drink it through
then
the...
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, then it's like, well, tens of thousands of other people had beers at the Colosseum. Now I understand
You want it to be
you're
a
there
big
by
deal.
yourself.
Yeah.
But it still costs you $900. To me, it's like, you didn't really do anything that is special.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's like getting married when you're scuba diving. See, that's special. You know what I mean?
Now, think of something special and sacred to your heart, though, Tom. Imagine, as a punk teen, you put a can of warm Bud Light into your side pocket, and you snuck into the Nitro Circus after they were closed, and you went to the ramp that Travis Pastrana wiped out on that night, and you had a beer while nobody was around.
That's pretty cool.
No,
And I could totally see you doing
I could have
that.
easily done that in Daytona. No problem. Have done that. I mean, they as the
Well,
people
you
that
can
were
do
working
anything
the
at
event.
Daytona. You can pee in people's mouths.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I read a similar article where it was $900 if they broke in, but there was a person, a German tourist, a couple years ago who was in the Colosseum, carved a letter K in there for her initial, $32,000 fine.
That That,
Well,
They don't
yeah.
fuck around with that. So if you deface it, any of that stuff, the fines are through the fucking roof.
This reminds me of the senator that old crackhead burned down.
well, it just got me thinking. What's the coolest place to have a beer? Like
The moon.
If you
Beer on the moon.
yeah, beer.
There
on
you
the
go.
moon.
Beer on the moon's pretty
beer on the
dope.
moon. then-
No one's done it, right?
Dude,
No,
beer on the moon.
We've only been once. They didn't bring beer.
Now,
So
where's the
top of
coolest
Giza?
place in Orlando to have a beer that we can do? Got to be something crazy.
yeah.
You think we
There
could have?
was a technical award. There was a guy that snuck a corned beef sandwich into space one time.
That's dope.
Gross.
That's dope. I love corned beef.
Ugh.
What about beer, scuba diving in the Living Seas Aquarium at Epcot?
Well, you can't unless you had one of those. I don't even. Well,
You need that head.
Yeah. The
and you need a beer in
old-timey-
there, and then you're gonna try
You need a straw. yeah. Hard
Too
to do
complicated.
scuba diving.
A beer on the top of the Epcot ball.
Oh,
This is a throwback. I don't think this has been done since the 70s, but it was big on TV when we were kids. They don't show people the inside of Fort Knox anymore. I want to break into Fort Knox.
Oh God, a beer in Fort Knox. That's cool.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know,
do that, yeah.
Ross, you're touching on something, man. You just made the old man inside of me tingle. Kids will not know in cartoons what it's like to have a Fort Knox reference. And the gold, and then it's as airtight as Fort Knox. That's a thing that I grew up with because I'm old as fuck. But kids don't even know those references anymore. They don't even know what Fort Knox is.
No, why would they? Gold. Who
Gold.
needs gold? I have Bitcoin.
That's just a color that Lil Nas X wears.
Yeah.
He wears a lot of gold. Yes, I know what the color of gold is, Dad.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking the metal. Nah, I don't know what that is.
I feel like there's got to be a quintessential place that would be cool to have a beer
Grand
at.
Canyon.
I feel like everybody's done that. Somewhere where you're not allowed to, and then you go in.
Sitting in Lincoln's lap. At the Lincoln Memorial. You're sitting in his lap. He's huge. You got an ice cold beer.
Can you climb up there?
Yeah,
No.
you could. Well, not without
Yeah.
being tased.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And some people ruin that. I feel it's hard to climb things in DC now.
It used to be a slap on the
I feel
wrist.
like it's pretty easy.
Well, not now.
Not
Not now.
Yeah.
They got the fences.
When they had the
and-
Nah,
barricade
it's
guys
fine.
there, hey,
Yeah,
come on
yeah,
in, sit in
like-
his lap. I don't give a fuck.
Now you start climbing shit, they get madman.
Yeah, you got a rubber bullet.
Any
or
mosque,
love
right?
handles.
Because you're not allowed to drink at all.
Yeah, but that's just disrespectful.
Yeah, but he starts
right?
trying to
Well,
do
it's all
anything weird in a
disrespectful.
mosque. And
I
they'll-
mean, I don't think it's if you're there to celebrate. If I'm just sitting in Lincoln's arms and I'm like, you know what, man, I love being American and I love Abraham Lincoln as much as Obama did,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
drinking the beer, then I don't think that's disrespectful.
Yeah. You're not hurting anything
No, I'm not
or
pouring it on his
defacing.
head. I'm not
just
shitting on him.
having a beer
Yeah.
with Lincoln.
Now, what if you went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier? You don't drink a beer. You pour one out for the unknown soldier. Technically, that's respectful, but that guy's still going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Not good to do that. They don't like that.
Next story, Ross. You got any more?
They opened up this year. You guys remember last year, New Year's, New York City, they only let like 5 nurses into Times Square and they all had to be in a pod.
Yeah.
This year they say, game the fuck on. Times Square's open for New Year's. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is New York, man. I feel like they've been tight asses the whole time. So, they're loosening up a little bit. Meanwhile, Austria, they're fucking mandatory vaccines, another lockdown. And we know, when Austria gets like that, it's always good.
Yeah, I saw that. It seemingly go into
Get your vaccine!
Get the vaccine now! Other parts of the world are like slow as far as like they have the same reaction that we had, but like 6 months ago or 4 months ago, where it's like, so it's heating up and it goes down.
Just now watching Tiger King the first season, and we're like, I know, right?
But it's like then you will see stuff happen before us, and it'll happen to us, and it'll happen to someone else. Like it's weird with this whole pandemic where like the same things are happening but are at different timelines in different places. Like Brazil went through their shit just was it before or after we did our hardcore shit, and now we're seeing a slowdown, but we seemingly we are seeing less corona than we were 4 months ago, even though it's been around us a lot lately. I'm seeing people get it here and there and like closer than ever before, and it's less than it was 4 months ago as far as at least the media and the hype and people talking about it. So
do you and Ross think that this will be the return of the Times Square, I got there early, I want to be a part of New Year's diaper? Because that's what people do. I'm not making a joke. People don't they put the diaper on? They go down there because they're so into the New Year's, and then they get there and they stay there like the whole day, pissing their pants.
Yeah.
So they can see like Darius Rucker and
there's nobody I would go to see and do that and deal with that shit.
Well, they got and it's everybody, right?
Yeah,
so you gotta have like some Dua Lipa on one stage, and you got a country. So you're
sounds like a fucking living hell. Like that would be my hell.
Yeah, it's
packed in nut to butt with a bunch of fucking strangers. Can't piss.
But I had always heard that you have to wear. I'm no joke.
Well,
I've
there's nowhere
always
to
heard
pee.
you have to wear a diaper, and you have to just accept that you're gonna pee your pants a lot.
Why do people do it?
I don't know. Tradition?
That is to hold like your spot. You could leave and go pee, but you're never getting back to where you were.
Right.
Because it's like, all right, there's a free concert, but people they're not going there for that.
I wore a diaper to the Dan Newland concert, the last one, but that was just to keep the champagne out of my pants.
It seems horrible, like horrible. In New York, do New Yorkers do it, or is just all tourists?
No,
it's all
there's no
tourists.
way. Yeah,
I think it's
not.
not.
You guys talked about this? I didn't have this on the fucking news or anything, but that DaBaby concert with the fucking crushing and all, and I haven't heard anything else about the report of like people being jabbed with needles and shit.
Travis Scott.
I was worried.
Yeah. That was Travis Scott's festival.
Oh, I'm sorry, Travis Scott. Yeah.
I think that was a lot of people saying, "Hey, here's something horrible happening, and what we're going to do now is we're going to start spreading wild misinformation."
The police came out and said that.
Yeah. No, but it's wild misinformation. Other people were grabbing it and going, "It's true," and then it just started spreading wild. And the last thing I read that didn't happen.
And also,
that one was the security guard? The security guard thing was all fabricated?
Yeah, from what I read, the last thing that I read, I could be wrong because this is how fast the news cycles happen now. It was initially reported, people getting jabbed, security, yada, yada, and then they went back later and was like, yeah, this never happened. It was like a really dire crowd crush.
They probably shouldn't have had the cops come out and have a whole statement about it then.
Yeah. Well,
that was fucked up.
He was commenting on a lot of stuff he shouldn't comment on. It was an odd press conference.
But also, people could report and fill out reports to anything. They're like, well,
it's coming from a staff member that got stabbed in the neck. The staff member that worked for the festival said that he got stabbed in the neck.
By someone who stabbed them with a needle?
With a syringe, yes.
And it was a security guard, too.
Right.
So, like, it was like 2 layers of, like, copiness to it. So it really seemed like an official report, you know?
Who's stabbing someone in the neck with a needle just for what? I remember when I was a kid, there was like this urban legend.
Hypodermic needle in the candy?
No, with the needle and the AIDS, and then the note, like, you got AIDS. Remember that? You remember hearing that as a kid?
I do remember hearing the hypodermic needle filled with AIDS.
People are giving people AIDS at clubs.
And they'll slip you a note. They'll just say, you got AIDS, bro.
It's always laced weed with me. Like, be careful, that weed's laced.
You're mixing up the lady, it's like fucking, it's a urban myth version of Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. The lady takes him home from the club and fucks his brains out, and then in the morning he wakes up and she's gone. But on the mirror in lipstick she wrote, congratulations, you've got AIDS.
No, yeah, there was
I
that.
thought it was I stole your kidney.
The kidney.
Oh my
There's
God.
all these urban
Yeah,
legends.
we had all of
I-
these things. So I was, as a kid, I was like, well, if I just stay away from needles and don't go to hotel rooms with women, I'll be fine. Keep my kidneys, won't get AIDS. I was like, that's all I need to do.
My thing though is now that the problem is that idea is out there now. Like, wrong or right, did it happen or not? Now the idea is like, oh, you can go out to a festival, stab a security guard with a needle. That's the thing that happens in this world now, and it's going to happen again. Some asshole's going to fucking do it to somebody.
The quote you put in the chat room is hilarious. Is that real?
Yeah, that's official. Yeah.
Can you read that? This is
So according to CBS News, it says an Astro World Festival security guard who was previously thought to have been pricked in the neck during the event, leading authorities to look into possible drug spiking incident, was actually hit in the head. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner clarified on Wednesday.
Weird. He's just like,
So he came out with this information, then it was like, oh no, my bad. He was just hit in the head.
yeah.
God.
That's,
Well,
that's like
all
Kicked in
types
the
of-
head while
That's
some
not the
kids
same,
crowd
sir.
surfing.
Yeah. I mean, who's no one's stabbing anybody with a needle.
You
Like,
wouldn't think so.
Insane. Someone insane is, but how many insane people are like going and stab? Like it happens. We see it with like mass
You don't
shootings
have
and
to
shit.
fucking
Like yeah.
crazy Miami friend doesn't mean there's not nut jobs out there, Tom. There's
No.
fucking lunatics on this earth.
I know, but it's rare, right? That's all I'm saying.
This thing though, have you guys ever been in a crowd though, and where you got picked up, where you could feel it moving?
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is
If
scary.
you've ever been in one, you can
I've been
feel
knocked
it.
out before by a crowd surfer.
Oh man, yeah, it's just dangerous. Just be careful out there, yo. You got anything else, Ross, or is that the
Nah, we're
last
good,
one?
guys. We're good. I think that's some news for you.
Beautiful. Hey, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Don't forget Tots with Ross on all your listening devices. Subscribe, like Dan said, and come see me at the Bull and Bush first and third Saturdays. Tomorrow we got a good show for you guys. A really good lineup.
Nice.
And Wednesday night open mic at the Bull and Bush every 9 p.m. at Wednesday nights.
There you go.
awesome. Thanks, Ross. We appreciate it.
We'll see you, buddy. Have a good weekend. That
Yeah.
is Ross live from the art gallery. That's what I call it. I call it the art gallery because his kids are super talented. All right.
Let's take a quick break. We'll do some dump them out.
Uh-oh.
We're long today.
It feels like it, but we're actually
We're
just
only 2
it's-
hours in.
Yeah, it's just normal. It's just normal, but
3
it
hour
does
show.
feel a little long, maybe. Finding music. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna go. No, I already did that one. Cobb, do something because this isn't this isn't behaving.
Dance for us.
It turns out we're going to do our BDM Appreciation Week at the beginning of the year because I'm working out with a sponsor right now. So I want to remind everybody that if you do have a BDM subscription, make sure all the information is correct, your address and everything, because how we're going to do this is we're sending a lot of BDM's gifts, and we need to know your correct address.
Yeah,
so,
and you do that at the website. You can't do that on the app or anything.
Yeah,
You have to go on the website.
Yes, and it's easy to do and easy to change on the website. If also check to see if your subscription is current, because a lot of people.
Oh yeah, some of y'all are not current.
Yeah. So and it's no fault. Like I've
It
done
happens.
it too. Like your subscription lapses, you forget you change your credit card, and then so you have to be a current BDM to receive the gifts and all the stuff that we're giving out for BDM Appreciation Week. And again, if you're not a BDM, you can sign up at tomandan.com. Easy to do.
I'm trying to track down some super rare items for that particular week. Electronic items,
gotcha.
I'll
Yeah.
say. Things that people can't find that maybe I have access to a buddy who can get us really nice gaming systems.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And we're going to start doing some BDM-only events again next year.
Yep.
So if you are a BDM, you will get invited to those. We got a plan how to do it and how to keep everybody safe. And so we're just pivoting like everybody else.
Yep, we have to do it. This is Carthy. The name of the song is I'm So Broke. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Nothing in my pocket through the end of the month.
Oh wow! I got like distracted because that's a good tune, and everybody in the chat room was asking about it, and then I was dancing, and then they were dancing, and then Tom was like, I think maybe even a tiny bit dancing.
No.
Did you
I
get your
missed
drink?
it.
Go get your drink. It's fine. You're the owner of the show. Go get a drink.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine. That was Demon by featuring Moonchild Sonali from Sad Night Dynamite. That's a lot to say. These kid bands with their dance music, they're hard to say. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
Let's do some dump 'em out.
Okay, buddy.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump 'em out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottom mix.
Dump 'em out, brought to you by Streamline. StreamlineFlorida.com. If you're looking for a mortgage or a refi, talk to Brian Simon and his team.
Guess what I did yesterday? I talked to Hillary from Streamline, or actually my wife did, because my wife doesn't. Obviously, you guys know, I buy so many Microsoft Flight Simulating planes that I am not allowed to talk to Brian Simon.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad with money. We talked to Hillary, and we're doing, we're looking at some things.
Oh, cool.
We're moving some things. Wife has some things she wants to do, and the best thing you can do right now is get a hold of Brian and his team because they can help you take advantage of the market.
Listen, just call them and
Easy.
see if it makes sense
So
because you could get a lower rate. Also, take your mortgage insurance off your monthly payment. Bring it down to a 15-year. That's what I did.
We're going to try to do what you did, and you can explain this better, but I believe what my wife's plan would be is to maybe up it to attempt to pay off sooner. Right?
Yeah. You bring it down to a 15-year mortgage,
Correct.
and you can pay it off. I mean, you save 6 figures of payments over 15 years. Also, maybe you got a bunch of credit card payments, or like you want to pay off your car or whatever. Take some equity out of your house, and you know, do the interest math. If you're paying a bunch of interest, and you could take the equity out of your house and pay all that stuff off, and then your payment only goes up by a small amount.
Butler, get off your phone.
Just a business decision.
Tom is.
He was refining his house with Streamline.com.
That's fine.
I don't think he was,
That's fine.
but I thought that was highly fucking disrespectful.
No.
You have an owner.
I don't.
You have an owner, and you motherfuckers over here playing Pikmin Bloom.
StreamlineFlorida.com. What do we got first?
All right. Well, what about PP dogs ruining Dan's carpet?
It's happening. Call at Home Floor Store. Get adjusted on the line. I'll pull it up. The carpet that I just put in is not even a year and a half old. 2 years. Maybe it's 2 years. I've pandemic brain. Maybe it might be 3 years. Still, it's brand new, but they have pissed and shit all over it, and I can't get rid of them because they're my only friends. So I have to now. I have to put down tile. There's no other way out.
This makes me so happy, by the way, because me and Daniel have lived our lives differently, and he's always take care of everything he's had, and I've always ruined everything I've had, and
That's why we get along.
And
We're both intrigued how the other lives.
Yeah, but now it's changing.
Well,
it is changing.
Only to the
So
dogs.
now it's all going to implode.
Because I don't have dogs, so that's the one thing that
You're free, baby.
That
Yeah, but you
free,
have double
baby.
the kids.
True, but they're not shitting on the floors, like you know.
True.
So pretty soon they'll be jacking off on them.
And that is true.
Damn, that's some advanced
everywhere.
mom math.
Yeah, I know that's coming. I've heard other BDMs tell me they start jacking off and everything, but they're
It's
really
everywhere. Then you have that one like Sam's husband's closet door where
Yeah.
it's like you look at it and you're like, what is that? It's like, yeah, I came on that
Snails in
1,000
here
times.
everywhere?
But the fact
T-shirts.
that Daniel has these two small dogs that
Caesar and
shit up
Maggie.
everything.
Caesar's mine. You guys know Caesar. He's
And
the T&D Media logo.
he
Maggie's my dead mom's dog, but I love her so much, and she's the ugliest dog in the world.
and he can't do anything about it, and they're just shitting and looking at him, ruining his carpet.
Oh, Maggie last night, and she squats just like a woman would squat in the woods. And she just squatted, and she just looked at me with one snaggle tooth, tongue hanging out. Disgusting. She has these pink warts that are growing out of the sides of her eyes. It's like her eyes have eyes that don't work. That's
The
how
eyes have
disgusting.
eyes,
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
So when are you ripping out the carpet?
Whenever, as soon as humanly possible. I can't take it anymore. I've stepped in diarrhea over the past month 6 times. I have stepped in shit another 2 times.
When my dog, passed away last year, it was the same thing, and it's like I had to steam clean every single day.
Yes.
Every single day.
And
it
we have
is such a pain in the ass.
I bought a cleaner because
Is it worth it?
I'm like, this
It
isn't that
doesn't
bad.
seem worth it.
I put my dog down, so what does that tell you?
Oh, she took
Merry
care
Christmas.
of it.
Yeah,
That's a
but
mean old bitch.
You waited till the last minute.
I do question that though because Caesar's my boy, but sometimes I look at him and I'm like, is this good?
Yeah, my dog could barely
Is
stand
this
up.
what
at that
I'm
point,
supposed to be
so.
doing? I mean, last night, this is perfect timing too because he did it last night. I didn't think this would line up. In fact, I wasn't hoping for it. I don't want the show to be better. I'd really rather my room not have piss in it. He stood in his bed and he just unloaded and you could hear it.
Yep. I had PTSD from that. I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking I was hearing my dog piss
Suddenly you're
on
pouring,
my floor.
like you're pouring milk on a sheet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
That's
thick.
bad.
It's because his piss
And it
is thick.
stinks.
It's thick piss, man.
Hard to justify to me the dog now.
No, I would not. No, 100% don't get a
don't.
dog.
It's a-
But
my dog's a sweetheart. She sleeps in the bed.
but
no
he's
problem.
not a-
Oh,
I
well,
love my
wait.
dog.
Give it a couple years. They'll be peeing everywhere.
But
You better
That's
wait
what
till you're
happens.
old. Yeah.
They start dying,
I
and then
figured
they-
this out though. You're not as emotional as I am. You're only emotional with your boys and your wife, which are really truly the important things. So you do have your priorities straight. So you're not going to go and get other things that you're not going to care about. So these dogs might give me more joy. So I am willing
to put up with
up with a little more piss and shit than you would be, right? Because it's all about what I'm getting out of it. These are my best friends.
Well-
I hate everybody, and these are my friends.
But
I kiss them and I'm hugging them. I'm like, oh my god, I love.
I can put up with anything.
Oh, I love them so much.
Like if I put up with Lena when the Lena pooped
Right.
all over everything.
I mean,
and
your
then
own children
and
pissed
yeah,
and shit everywhere. Yeah.
But I'm just saying I'm making the choice.
Yes.
Going forward to not bring that in.
Yeah,
because
just get
now,
like a fish.
Because now I
Yeah.
have the choice, and I'm
Don't
saying
do it.
to
Get a
make the
bird.
choice to buy a dog seems like an irrational.
Yeah, don't do it.
But middle-aged
Horrible
dog,
business
But
choice.
middle-aged dog, there are no bads other than not being able to
Do
just
the thing
freely
where you
go to
can like
vacation.
rent the dog for the day from the pound or whatever, where you get to walk them around and spend.
Oh, that's great. Just kind of rent the dog for the day, then take it back to jail. Like,
At least they're getting out during the
They
day.
should do that with orphanages.
Otherwise, they're just locked up the whole damn time.
No, it's just like, but middle-aged dog is awesome. Like middle-aged Caesar, we could take him everywhere. He was cool, not that hard to board. Like that was awesome. Puppy, horrifying. Old PB dog, not horrifying, but just not good. It's not good. The room when I walk into it, I tell Andrea,
can smell it.
and this is why I
Yeah.
told her. I said I have to rip this out. And she's like, we can't. She starts crying. Like, we can't do it. We don't have the money. You're so irresponsible. This is knee-jerk reaction. And I'm like, no, we have to do it because every time I walk in
You're
here,
gonna stop buying planes.
it smells
then?
like pee. I have stopped. It smells like pee, and if it smells like pee in there, then the entire house smells
Yeah.
like pee, and I just can't
That's
smell
true.
it.
Oh yeah.
We've all been to people's
We've all-
houses when they tell you, "Oh, I don't have pets." But
Oh,
you
cat
have pet
people,
smells.
yeah.
I got a super smeller. I'll
Thank
come
you.
by.
Yeah. If you got cats, your house smells like
Yeah,
cats.
it's like
100%.
pretending
If you have
birds,
tiny
yeah,
pee-pee
if you have
dogs-
birds are loud. It's just some things.
Yeah, tiny pee-pee dogs. It smells like pee-pee dogs.
And I
Yeah.
love my pee-pee dogs. I have an addiction to pee-pee dogs.
Yeah.
If I could have 25 pee-pee dogs, I'd have them. I love them. They're so sweet. They kiss me, and I kiss them, and it's just I love them.
Ooh,
Again, look-
Andrea in the chat.
No.
Why do we not have money? Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Is that what she
That's
said?
what she said.
Oh, shit, that's a nerd
mom
thing.
joke.
Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles.
love
John
it.
Candy.
Yes.
The greatest comedian of all time.
Why can't he be more like him? He didn't work as blue.
What do we got next? Samantha?
Brand particular new detergent. What is that?
I got in trouble. I bought something. I was a spending addiction.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get you some
No,
help.
no, yeah.
I bought something because I thought you guys would clown me, but I also used the excuse of being clowned on to buy something that I thought would be, nice. I bought John Mayer laundry detergent.
That's something they
What the
sell.
hell?
Yeah, he has his own laundry detergent. It's
He's
$20
about to
a
get-
bottle.
He's about to get canceled like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I bought
next.
it. What's he doing now?
No, when Taylor Swift releases that next album, he's going to be done for.
She's been holding on to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Canceling. I don't even think canceling
Nah,
matters anymore. It's just cool.
not a real thing. But
But I bought this detergent. It's John Mayer detergent. It smells like I don't know, like patchouli and
Wonderland.
It's a lovely smell.
Is it something you order online?
Yeah, I ordered it online.
John Mayer Out West detergent.
Yeah, I bought it. Now here's
I hate it.
Here's why I bought it. And here's something you guys don't really know about me that ties into our one of our sponsors or one of the guys we've been working with, Groove Soaps. I am an old time soapman. I love soaps. I like getting them for presents. I like getting them for Christmas. In fact, Andrea's in-laws, and we probably never talked about this because I've been embarrassed of it, but we're running out of things to talk about, so I'm having to go into the embarrassment trunk and pull a few things out. But I love hand soap. I love hand soaps.
He should get on top of like the giant vat that they mass produce this with and
shit in it.
No, jack off. I'll do one load inside the mass. So then,
but you got to smell this shit. It
loads for loads.
It smells so good. Oh, it ties in too.
Well, then tout
it's organic.
But then you tout it because like John Mayer has slept with some of those beautiful women in the world.
Oh yeah.
Including Taylor Swift.
So have you.
Well, just like you could get a little bit of John Mayer's
really
load.
Good. That's really good, Butler.
In your detergent.
No, I normally I wouldn't. I should say normally I would do this.
It's weird. The front of it has a chick playing a guitar.
It's the company's logo, just altered with a guitar. It's called the Laundress. If you're interested in it, apparently, and I talked to one of Andrea's. My daughter's best friend's mom is really into high-end laundry detergent. Like, it's like a hobby of hers. She's like, yeah, I buy them from all these crazy places. Well, she's like me. I didn't know this, but I found out that she's like me. She's extremely particular. Fair enough. She's very particular about her hand soaps. Like, I am very particular about my hand soaps. Like, there's one in the bathroom in our bedroom that I love that is a lemon and olive oil soap. And I love it. And if I don't have it, I get mad.
Weird.
I like my hands to smell. I just like to smell good.
That's weird.
I like to be clean. I like to smell clean.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. Samantha, that's crazy. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
What, smelling clean?
Well, just being particular about what hand soap you use and buying the John Mayer detergent. Like, how the hell do you even find this stuff?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Who's got time for
this?
this?
The algorithm got me. I don't know. I was listening to the new album. I didn't know he made this soap, and I'm not he's not my favorite artist, but it pops up on Instagram, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, and I tapped it.
We'll just buy the stuff at the
But
Publix.
it doesn't smell like his stuff. Because you got to smell it. I'll bring it in.
I'm
I
sure
should have
it's
brought
the
it
same.
in.
No,
it's not the same.
Well, you're bringing up the wrong person. Like I've never cared about anything.
Smells like leather and flame.
Okay, like smells or whatever.
Butler would see the value in it. Sam would say, it's okay.
It says,
Guaranteed.
experience crisp and powdery notes with undertones of sandalwood, leather, and amber surrounded by spice, patchouli, and musk.
Yeah. So, and
speaking of soaps, get that Tom and Dan soap. There's only a few bars
that
left.
Sandalwood. So again, this sandalwood Tom and Dan soap smells very similar to the John Mayer laundry detergent.
Did they steal our soaps?
And now I'm all in on the sandalwood.
And it
Good
doesn't
choice
dry out
on
your
that.
skin.
Sam chose the sandalwood.
Yeah, sandalwood and bourbon Tom and Dan soaps.
They're great.
I can't. Well, Crystal's
good.
allergic to whatever's in the laundry detergent, like that smells or whatever. She has to get the non-scented, whatever the hell.
Oh my God, for sensitive skin?
Prescription, yeah, for sensitive.
Prescription laundry detergent.
I've bought the wrong one before. Oh man,
poof up my ass. And
so-
get red.
Your family is so fucking lily, bro.
I don't.
Between
I know.
you, your wife, and
They're
your kids.
Swedish. They're from.
And you guys are going camping. Like, I don't even understand. Well,
I don't know
it's
if
in an RV.
You guys
I
are
guess.
more granola than I am.
That is true.
I don't do not.
It's turning that way.
I could eat anything. You could put anything on me.
Yeah.
Your kids are vegetarian. Your wife's vegetarian. She has to have prescription
That's
detergent.
because they're Swedes. He's not. He's trash. Like me.
It's just
I just like to smell good trash.
It's I don't know what it's like. My wife's sensitive to whatever she.
I am too.
I've seen her break out and like blotches.
You gotta build a tolerance.
Yeah, I get Hy-Vee if Andrea uses the wrong detergent. So I haven't used this yet. I just washed my hands.
She
in
said
it.
she just used it, so she's gonna report back.
I used it on my hands because I was like, well, if these poof up, then we know.
Big fat hands.
So I put a little bit in my palm, and I did it, and nothing happened, but they smelled amazing. So anyway, yeah, I'm a weirdo, I guess. Want to do one more?
Explaining to Maisie how it was for you to go to the beach.
Okay, Maisie doesn't understand that when we went to the beach, meaning everyone listening to this, because I assume most of you, all of you are of age, you didn't have the tent.
Hell no.
We didn't even bring a cooler.
No, towels.
No.
That was it.
Hot towels.
That was it.
And you and sunscreen if you had it.
And mom and dad had a chair.
Yeah, maybe.
Mine didn't.
My
It was all
dad
towels.
didn't want no fucking chair. He would walk the beach with his binoculars trying to look for titties. It was always a joke. He was a pervert. And then we would get sunburned every time we went to the beach. Every time. You'd go and you'd get sunburned and you'd come home.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was explaining this to Maisie because Maisie, okay, here's where the thing happened. Maisie doesn't understand what a sunburn is. She's like, what's a sunburn? And that's why I started laughing. I'm like, what's a sunburn? And then it dawned on me, kids these days are so pampered by all of us parents that they have no idea. We have tent and then they're wearing the swimsuit.
Bucket hat.
And I know this sounds like dumb old man and hacky stand-up, but a swimsuit for Maisie now is a long sleeve rash guard turtleneck with a matching hat and boy shorts, right? That's a wetsuit.
Yeah.
That's
She's
not
basically all covered.
Yeah, like little boys.
Yeah.
I see your little boys, and every little boy at any water park is hat, long sleeve rash guard turtleneck, and long dukes, and maybe water shoes because their feet are tender.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, we didn't have any of that. It was hot feet, and then you'd wear tiny sun decks, and you'd get a sunburn, and you're getting cancer later in life. And
Yeah.
but
oh,
Maisie
yeah.
has no concept of that. No idea what, like, no, the beach without a tent?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the helmet thing.
Goddamn beach wagons.
Yeah.
She asked about the wagon. I'm like, no.
Hell no.
but-
Carry everything
but-
that you can in your hands.
But then I did say we ran it lean. You know, that was what I was telling May. I'm like, we ran it lean. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, we didn't have the drinks. We didn't eat there. You know, we'd go inland or whatever, eat, and then come back. Or, you know, maybe mom would bring a
bag of
sandwich
chips,
in her
maybe.
purse or something, you know?
Yeah. There's no grandiose plan.
So what shifted that and what time? Was it the 90s we gravitated to that? Because I remember going to the beach with my buddies. Like, you know that age you'd go to the beach where the mom still brings you, but you're there with some bros to surf and hang out, like 13, maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But we still didn't have a tent. We still didn't bring a
2000s.
cooler. When did we flip?
I think it was the early 2000s when it flipped. I think tents became more affordable. I think those little easy pop-ups became more affordable and
That might be it.
thrown around. And I think
That
that's
10
when it
by
changed. Because
10 boom.
We went to the beach every Sunday as a kid, like religiously. We didn't go to church. We went to the beach, Virginia Beach, Virginia. We went there from Newport News. Went there every single Sunday. Didn't have a tent. We did have the cooler because we spent all day. We got there like 9 in the morning. Didn't leave till like 8 at night. So we were there all
God
day
damn.
long.
Yeah. And
Burnt to a crisp. Every
It was
fucking
just
time.
weird.
when I was a
Never
teenager,
knows.
and like we used to go and take the Metro Rail over to South Beach, and we didn't even bring a bottle of water. I mean,
Right, yeah.
I don't think we didn't even have money. Like,
Just
like,
go.
I think we had our buddy's Metro Rail thing, or we jumped the shit, or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Like, but nobody had money. It was like we went there all day. No one drank anything. Like there was no one was like, I'm thirsty.
Stay hydrated.
There was no water.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have no water. And then it was like we went there all day.
Yes.
And nobody got hungry apparently because no one's like, I'm hungry. Let's go and get something. No, there was nobody.
So-
we couldn't afford it. Or like no one brought money
Okay,
to buy
so
anything.
you get
and
it.
they just went home.
Okay.
12 hours.
Your example is perfect. Imagine explaining that to Tommy Max and the look of like pure confusion on
Yeah.
their face that they don't.
They probably wouldn't even believe
well,
you,
that
right?
was a teenager. Like I guess I can't even remember going to the beach as a kid. We were going out on the boat, so it's
Yeah.
kind of. But when
That's
out on the
similar.
boat, we had like a pub sub or some sort of like
Food
sub.
That's good, but boating
But
is
that was
different.
boating, yeah,
That's a
yeah,
different
yeah.
animal. But I just thought it was like, and then we started talking about it. This is just purely dinner conversation, and I was like, I don't know when that became a thing because I can remember now. I can remember my dad attempting something, right? That would have been a craze, but it didn't catch on, and it was that stupid screw-in thing for the umbrella. And he did it, and then the salt water rusted it, and then the paint started falling off in the garage. I remember he punted it in the trash because it's making his garage dirty. I probably got that from him.
the tent at the beach.
When did that happen?
That must have been.
Now we bring tents to everything. Like
that
Izzy
was when
brings a
China
tent
started
everywhere.
doing everything. Yeah, because like a tent back in the 80s would have been $1,800.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh,
it was like like a metal
Oh.
tent. Like so
Even
when
the 10
China
by
started.
10s, you'd have to call a company to come set it
Yeah,
up.
once China started making everything, that's when all this stuff started happening. We became an ultra consumer society where you could buy a beach wagon, a tent, and all this shit is affordable for, even poor people could somehow scrape it together. Dude, you can get a tent at Walmart for the beach for like
$50.
Yeah,
I bought it.
for under
Black Friday,
$50.
probably $28.
It's a piece of shit, but it's under $50. You can get a tent,
It'll
and
last
you
you a season.
Yeah. I mean, it'll rust eventually, but it'll last a while though.
Yeah.
We had our Walmart tent. I finally gave it away because I hated it so much, but it was heavy as shit. But that shit will last.
Yeah, it'll last a long time.
I mean, for 10 years for $50, so you could have a tent. Although now, like when I go to the beach with my sons, I'm bringing a wagon with so much like soft side cooler.
yeah, we got everything, dude.
All the stuff worth.
Multiple chairs. Andrea has like a pop-up tent. She has this
It's
one
ridiculous.
that
You don't need that
You
shit.
like throw it out and it goes, and it like makes like a sunshade, and you put that down.
It's too much.
I've got two stereos, one for Andrea's
People are
music,
setting
one
up
for-
colonies on
We're
the
all,
beach
we're
now.
all a bunch of pussies. That's what it comes out
Yeah.
to. We're like, and we can go without it. It's just now we have it, and it's
Yeah.
cheap, so we're like, it'll be better. But
It's more comfortable.
the
We
la-
spend a lot of time setting up.
the last time we went to the beach, I set up the fucking cool cabana tent where you put the sand in each one of the things,
Yeah,
and then we
you
put
got the nice one.
We put the seats. We got seats or whatever. Never fucking stood there drinking White Claw. My sons are running up and down the beach, and I'm like, what the? I'm looking at the goddamn tent with it's got the blanket, the beach blanket. You fold up. Shit, my wife bought on
Yeah,
some
it zips
website,
in.
and
It's
it
nice.
has a pouch and whatever. And then the fucking wagon with the tent, with the chairs, the beach chairs, 2 little kids beach chairs. The fucking she's got shit hanging.
yeah, you
in
guys
her.
have moved in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like we set up a goddamn shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
And then like my sons are like, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm like hot.
I need air conditioning.
And then load it all back up. I'm like,
with 'em.
why did we do this?
Yeah, give me the video games and air conditioning. I think this is a perfect thing to end on right here. This is from Izzy, chiming in from our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Izzy says, I got a 600-pound chair from Walmart for $35. There you go.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
We all just bring all this shit, and I never appreciated.
Oh, it's
it at the
rated
beach.
for 600 pounds. You know what
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know.
I'd like to know, because I kind of walked in halfway through your story at the, I was going to say the Lazy Moon, but I brought Lazy Moon pizza to the pizza party that we had for the Twitch members, that if you collect enough orbs, you can turn them in for a pizza party,
Oh,
right?
it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So we
It
went
was
to
It was good
Hourglass.
seeing everybody.
Yeah,
too.
man.
I brought a way too much pizza for the amount of people that we were trying to feed. And then something was happening where Tom was talking about how he got there in his Uber, and his Uber driver was
Yeah.
showing him a video.
Okay, it was a Lyft driver because my Uber's still screwed up because I can't change the goddamn number.
But you rail against Lyft and you say it's like Bobo.
You know,
Uber,
well,
right?
no, it's all Bobo now.
It's all the same
yeah,
now.
It's gotten to the
So
point
it's
where
even now.
Now people are doing it because they have to do it, and
when
that's
it-
the worst
yeah, that
scenario. like it's not a novelty. You don't get picked up by BMW anymore.
Yeah.
Like a dually truck.
Yeah.
A dually truck picked me up one time.
Yeah.
Because I think the guy's like, I just want to try it. That was years ago,
Yeah.
and now that shit doesn't exist.
You want to rip your carpet out because you want to, not because you have to.
Anyway, I get in the car,
You know?
and now the car I got into, I guess they sell a plastic or some sort of like divider, like you'd see in taxis, where I guess if you lift
make them
enough or
cheap on Amazon,
yeah,
yes.
you buy it on Amazon. It's like a separator between the driver and the back seat or whatever, like you'd see in a taxi, but it's like just Velcro to the back of the seats or whatever. Anyway, so I get in, and then this lady's like, you could tell she does Lyft for a living or a lot, right? Because she has all the shit in there, that thing.
Do you even lift, bro?
And then she's got like Halloween sticky things like blood hands.
she
and, like,
decorated it. Yeah,
on the
I'll
back.
take that off now.
I did say I was like, that's a
Little
fucking
late.
yeah. It's mid-November and you got the
Now
blood
it's
hands.
just now
No,
it's
there's
weird.
some bleed over.
lifestyle at
Universal
that point.
Studios. If Universal
Put a
Studios
turkey.
can have a haunted house on November 1st, she can do the same.
Disney's Christmas, November 1st.
And she was a chirper. And so I get in and she starts chirping away. And I was in a good mood. I was fine with it.
You're like, I'm going to the pizza party.
Yeah, I'm going to Hourglass, hang out with some BDMs,
Good vibe.
which we
Got
haven't
to
done.
meet Norm.
We got to meet Norm, which we haven't done in a while. So I was like, I was happy. And then she's, small talk. And then at a certain point, I just stopped talking, hoping that she would stop talking. Did not work.
I did that with Butler and it doesn't work.
yeah. They get more talkative for whatever reason.
Yeah, they
I
go
think
in on you.
You have to over talk the chirper to get him to shut down because they'll eventually get mad that they're not talking. So it's kind of like you have to
power move.
out chirp the chirper. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then she starts talking about how she went to Nordstrom today for a fashion show, right?
What?
And then I'm sitting there, and then I'm like, Nordstrom? So she's like, I went to Nordstrom, and they were doing this fashion show. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Right, and then we're getting closer to the Longwood Hourglass, right? So, and I could tell, I was like, God damn, it sounds like the beginning of a story, not the end. So she's like, I went to Nordstrom, there was a fashion show, it was great, it was awesome, and they had this belly dancer, and she's like, oh man, you should see this belly dancer. She was awesome.
She was bellying it good.
And I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. And then I'm like, belly dancers don't see that every day. So I'm trying to shut it down.
Wow.
And then
when you say that, you're not shutting it down.
And then she's like, wait until we get there. I took a video of it. I'll show you the video. I'm like, fuck.
God damn it.
And then
no, she said, wait till I get there. I'll show you a video of
no,
it.
Thanks,
of Hourglass.
That's too close. No, we're not friends, right?
Yeah,
we're not friends.
correct.
Well,
and that's coming from me. And normally I'm like, I'm a chirper.
We've
I should
been
be
talking
more tolerant.
for 10 minutes now, so we've established the fact that there's a back and forth. So that's, and I'll explain to you, that's why I felt this way. So we pull up to Hourglass. We're right there. And then she's like, and she puts it in park. And then I'm stuck
How does
there.
She remember?
And she's like, I'm going to show you this video. And then she pulls up her phone. And then, of course, like I see the pictures and the videos, like that, the screen where it's all the picture. And then she's like tapping on it. And it's not like loading immediately.
She had rubber gloves on.
Well, it's because like she's got a phone where it's all saving to the cloud, right? So when you save a long video to the cloud, then you tap on it. It takes a while to retrieve.
Hold on. It's loading. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not joking.
Hold on.
I sat there for 7 minutes in the Hourglass parking lot while she was like, hold on, it's about, she's like, wait, and then she started like.
Didn't you text us?
You're insane. Why would you sit there?
What am I supposed to say?
I'd be like, hey, my shift's starting right now. I got to get in there.
He doesn't
Shift,
do
I
that.
know. I already told her. I was
What show
like,
have you listened
that
to?
doesn't matter.
You
don't have to say any. You literally don't have to say anything. Open the door and fucking walk out.
No, he doesn't
No,
have that power.
Well, we've already.
He would
That's a
make her
dickhead move to me. I'm just gonna get out.
Accidental
Guess what else
dickhead.
is a dickhead? Keeping me fucking as a goddamn hostage in your car when I'm trying to go do something I want to do.
She's trying to show me this belly dancer that she was insanely impressed by.
Don't care.
So I can't.
52%.
Ma'am, I gotta go.
Hold
I gotta
on,
go.
I'm stuck at 52%. Let me close it out and open it back up. It'll load.
I could not stop her and be like, I gotta go, because I felt like
That's
that
not your thing, man.
was being a dickhead to her. So I sat there, and then she finally resorted to scrolling slowly with her phone, like with her finger. And
You get the idea. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. I'll make the noise.
And then she showed me the belly dancer, and then apparently the video she took was 12 and a half minutes long. And I was like, who videos for that long? Who the fuck does that?
I've never videoed my daughter for that long, and I love her so much.
Sat there and videoed something for 12 minutes
People
for what?
do it, though. I see people do
so
it.
tired at that point.
No, I see people do it.
That's insane.
Sam knows. You sit there and you go to Disney, and you'll see some lady in the front row. She's videoing Journey and Food and Wine. Like you're gonna fucking watch that.
Do you ever go back and watch it? Like the people that do long videos, do you ever watch it?
I don't watch it. I don't watch any video we've ever released.
Anyway,
not one.
Sat there for 7 minutes in the parking lot, Hourglass, while she slowly moved her finger across to because the video would move as she did that.
This story proves once and for all, I'm on your side. This is you are handicapped. That is,
Crystal said, why didn't you say I'm in a hurry?
Exactly,
no,
that's what
he can't do it, guys. If he could, don't you think he would do it?
Yeah.
Nobody chooses
hey,
this.
look, sometimes
it's a disability.
But you can work through those
I don't
things,
mean
Do you think if Jana could
Yeah,
walk,
you
she would?
absolutely
Are you going to yell at her for not walking?
physical
You're like, get up, bitch! Walk! You can't!
You're lazy.
Yeah, I can't do it!
Lazy.
Yeah, you're yelling at me. You're like, just get out of the... I can't!
You can.
He can't.
It just
No.
takes
I
practice.
promise I can't.
No, he never can do
I
it.
promise you.
I would bet.
Why would I do it to
Are you just
myself?
like frozen in fear in the car? Like,
I
you're
don't want to be a dick.
I don't mean to be an advocate for this, but I am on board now. I see it.
If
This
he goes
story.
to therapy, eventually they will give you tools to be able to do it. I'm telling you.
He's beyond tools. No.
See, I have faith in him that he can.
I do not. I know. I in other areas, sure. And I think he's a wonderful person. Like, I love this guy. I know, and I'm comfortable saying that. I know that's not your bag, but I'm just saying.
I have hope for him because I've seen him make small changes, including including like the Google Calendar.
You don't understand
100%. He said he could not do it. He kept saying that he could not do it. He could
not do it. You can't live on yesterday's home runs.
These are things.
I like how Sam's like, I've seen him. He wore shoes one time.
On the news.
I'm just saying. There are
I
small things that you say you can't do that eventually, when you try, you can.
You don't understand how this makes him feel, though. You don't understand how this is. If he could do it, because he would come in here and he'd be like, "Guess what I fucking did," and we'd be like, "What?" And you'd tell the story, well, yay! But you'd not. He can't do it.
I did do something at Publix.
News, people are saying
someone was standing by the cart return area with a clipboard, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" because like this means this doesn't.
I understand.
Whatever's about to happen is going to be horrible, right? Like he's not going to be like, "You won." Like it's going to be whatever the fuck this guy with a clipboard is going to ask me. I don't want to do it. Please don't do it. But so I did. I was returning my cart, and then he's like, "Sir, do you want to fill out this thing for
petition for blah blah blah."
But yeah. And then I did tell him, I was like, I'm in a super rush. I really
I'm
gotta
a felon. I can't.
I told you he can do it. He can do it.
But that was because I was returning the cart, and I was like, just say it.
Yeah. You had to talk yourself up. Exactly. Wait a minute. Yesterday you said you never psyched yourself up for anything. So
this was preparing myself.
This is
not psyching myself up.
Maybe
an involuntary reaction.
It's a small thing, but it's something.
No, this is like fight or flight to him. I don't think that he voluntarily pumped himself up. I think his body was in flight mode and said,
I did put Samantha's right.
Yes,
I did prepare.
Because I did this too at Fest when they had people outside of like the venues asking people to like sign petitions for shit. I literally was like, don't ask me. And when they asked me, I was just like, I did it yesterday. Like, you just lie.
I do
you
that
lie to everybody.
for the donation of Publix when they like, will you donate to
Already
the
done
kids?
that.
And then I'm like, I did it this morning.
You know what I wanted to do? Man, I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what I wanted to do, because I said that to the lady. I have conversations.
It's an asshole thing to do.
I
did not do that this morning.
I know, but I have conversations with myself while I'm saying things to a person.
Everybody does. Well, maybe not, but I feel like everybody.
So this lady goes, "Would you like to give a $3 donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation?" And I said, "I did it last time I was in here," and I wanted her to go like, "Let me look that up."
Yeah.
That's what I wanted her to say that. I wanted her to be like, "Well, let me look that up and make sure." And then I was like, "I'm so sorry.
I lied to you. I'm an adult, and you're an adult. I lied straight to your face." Because I'm cheap. I don't know why. I did it. It's about to be the worst time of year too, because the goddamn Salvation Army bell ringers are going to be out there.
Just maybe next time. Just say that they're walking up there. Maybe next time. Just keep walking.
Maybe next time. I don't like that at all.
That's more dick.
I don't like that at all.
Because it's like, maybe I'll give it to the next person that rings the bell, but not you.
That's like walking by them. They're like, and you're like, "You're next." Like, why would you say that?
They also
keep walking. They think about it too.
Here's Johnny.
I'm more upset that they start, because they walk to the door and then they started ringing the bell aggressively.
That did not look like ringing a bell, by the way.
You're ringing a bell, all right?
And then I'm like, oh my god, they're spending time and effort doing something to try to alert me, and I'm walking right past them like that. I feel like a dick every time.
I hate that. I hate the Girl Scout cookies right outside.
No, fuck a Girl Scout
Stop putting people in front of the doors of your establishment, or I'm going to stop going to your establishment. I don't want to be harassed by people. If I want to donate, I will donate.
And now they all got squares, so I can't use my. I'm sorry, I don't carry cash.
Well, there's an easy way around it. Just talk to your wife or talk on your phone. I always do that. And if the Salvation Army's there, I pull my phone up and with nobody on there, and I'm just like, yeah, American Girl. That's what was on her list. Why did I screw it up again? And then I do
pretend like you're in an argument, so they don't want to bother you.
Yeah, you could do that. That's like walking in late, but you act absolutely mad.
Right.
Remember, I've talked about that before.
Well, that's more insane than what I'm doing. Can I just walk?
Not really. Because I don't have to interact with anyone.
I get pressured. I give them $1. Like, fuck. It's more insane to have a fake conversation. You're yelling. Get out of the house. Now you're insane.
I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you because I've walked in before.
We're going to get a domestic dispute on the phone for like fake.
I have walked in before and been like, Well, I don't know about your father, and I don't really care about. Hey, when I'm walking in and I'm talking,
Well, fuck you!
and I'm having. No, I won't take it that far, but I will get heated. I'll be like, "What do you mean the files? I just sent that. It's not in the Dropbox. I'll have to call you back. I'll do one of those."
Wait a minute. I think Horse Doug or what was his name?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
his name?
Horse
What was his name?
Oh, yeah.
Line 2.
Hey, Doug, what's up?
Was that his name?
Hey, Tom, Dan, how are you?
We're ready for your segment in 3, 2, 1.
No, my segment's done. Hey, Tom, I want to pay you a compliment. You become a great broadcaster, and you tell ridiculous stories, and I love you, brother.
No, well, what happened, Doug? Why'd you give up?
Wait, is Doug third level Carl?
I'm not giving up. I gave some horses last week, and also gave you New England. But I do have a bone to pick with you, Tom.
Mm.
I was on ACT on my email, and you wanted to get on me so bad for wanting Daniel's autograph on my CD, and Daniel shut you down.
What the fuck is going on?
Did he
Daniel said, Tom, how many CDs do you have out? And you went,
This must have been what it was like to have your friend who's a gold miner laugh and then the Old West revolver go off and blow your kneecaps off. You know what I mean?
You lost your mind.
That's how a lot of good gunfighters died.
Now that you brought up the point, like, what are you gonna do once Daniel signs his buddy CD? Are you ever gonna are you gonna take it out of the case and look at his
You're going to
signature?
display it?
Is it gonna give you any happiness?
That's the stuff.
You know what? There's points in time in life that you remember. And Daniel is so witty, so talented, and I'm not blowing smoke up Daniel's ass. But I was a route salesman all my life after in the military, and I would literally sit in my truck and listen to that bit and not even work. I would just sit there and listen, and I would cry laughing, and it would make my Monday, Tuesday, whatever better. And it's a point in my life that I really appreciate.
Thank you for your service,
well,
Doug.
what has he done lately? That's what I'm like. What do you laugh? Because
Was that Jody Watley?
Oh, come on, man. Without Daniel.
Or it's just like bringing up
Without Daniel, you
Jordan
guys are lost.
asking about his championship.
I don't know if you saw us last night. Didn't even put up any points. That's bad when you can't.
All right. Well, Tom, do me a favor. Read the other email, what I said about Belichick and the New England Patriots, and look how many times they've won in a row. And if you didn't bet on them, it's your loss, bum, man.
Well, what about next week? I already lost last night because I'm an idiot. And I went to 7, and I was like, 7 points? I'll take that at home. And
I'm a Viking fan. My team is just as bad as Daniel's. I mean, he's a Falcon fan. I mean, we're just there to be there. But, I mean, New England is on a roll.
What do you think about Minnesota versus Green Bay, Doug?
That's a big game.
Yeah. Because I got money on Minnesota and a teaser. What?
No. I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this week's very tough. What I do like is Cincinnati. I think they're -1 at Las Vegas.
You understand this is what you sound like, right?
Yeah.
But I did hit New England. Last night again. I told you to ride that wave of Belichick in November. And I want you to read that email because I told you flat out. But I want to tell you guys, man, I love you.
Love you
and
too.
I'm going to cancel myself because I didn't give you the truth last week. The track turned out to be sloppy.
Oh.
And I didn't tell your listeners, don't bet a race if it's sloppy or muddy. And I'm going to cancel myself.
All right.
I'm going to cancel myself to the Friday before Churchill Down. That's the first Saturday in May.
And you'll
I'm
return.
going to call right before that.
All right.
I like it.
I will return.
We will see you in May.
All right, Bubby.
All
you guys have a great weekend.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Bubby.
Okay, Bubby.
That was cute.
Don't you want to buy a weed pipe as well, Bubby?
Doug said Fridays are his day off. He starts hitting
gets
it.
a little loose. Ain't no shame in that guy's game.
Yeah. I think
Sounds fun as hell.
But I do like he knows when to bow out. He might make a reappearance.
Well, does he? He just keeps saying he's going to bow
That's
out,
true.
but he calls
you know what?
every
You're
Friday.
right. You're right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I
EJ
realized,
could learn a thing or two.
like,
Damn. Shots fired.
getting drunk is fun at the beginning, but there's like a couple of hours. Like once
Yeah.
you're 4 hours into it, you're like you've lost motor function, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, when your wife's
And
like,
you're trying to chase. I'm trying to chase what happened 4 hours ago, and never coming
you're
back.
waking up, it's
Never.
Friday.
You got to reset.
Maybe your daughter comes in from dance, and your wife's like, and you're like, what do you want for dinner? You know? Why do you want for dinner? And your daughter's like, Taco Bell. And your wife's like, that's not a good restaurant. And you're like, what do you do? It's fine.
I love Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell. She can have what she wants to have. You leave her alone.
Tripping around.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I mean,
What's wrong with me?
this certainly wouldn't happen to me, but maybe you would say something like, maybe you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So oh, excuse me. What the heck are you talking about? Let's get out of here. Come on.
All
Let's get
right.
out of here.
Semantics.
Yes.
Yeah, so this week is a semantics off week, but it is a you heard about this one week. So this week Derek is hosting You Heard About This One, which is our conspiracy theory podcast. It is on our Patreon,
Totally free.
patreon.com/semantics. It is totally free.
But give some money while you're there. Don't be
We'd
that
appreciate it. And it is about birds are not real.
guy. Oh.
Speaking of birds
Butler
today.
has a shirt. You have a birds are
Yeah.
not real shirt.
We
Yes,
got
I
a
do.
birds
Put
aren't
some-
real sticker in the bathroom.
Yeah. They.
So
those
we'll go over that
stickers,
conspiracy,
You see their
which is a
stickers
fun one.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What's going on with some watering holes?
So we have a new one. We have Dade City Brew House. So that's out in Dade City, Florida. They're open 7 days a week. They have over 15 different styles on tap. I had one of their IPAs. It was a juicy, hazy IPA, double dry hop, ideal ratios. It was really good. And then also Hourglass. They have their big event, their Drinksgiving. It's Wednesday, the 24th. At both locations, they'll be open till 1 a.m. They're going to have 3 new beer releases. They have their Juicy Cloud Aura, Nom Nom Guava Pastry, and then a super special limited barrel treated version of a pecan pie double brown ale. So check that out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
that
the
sounds
first
good as
time
hell.
you've ever done this and you didn't get tongue-tied. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud. That was really
on my
good.
phone earlier,
Yeah,
yeah.
you did great.
He was typing it up.
You did great.
I'm not that impressed. I'm saying this.
You can't win with this guy. You can't win with this guy.
All right, so
Oh, yes. So next Wednesday will be our Friday free show.
Yes, I was about
just
to
so
mention
everybody
that, yeah.
knows.
We're doing Friendsgiving. Are we each bringing a
A side dish?
side dish?
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
I can do that. I mean, we can do that. Okay.
I'm not big on this guy. Right? We all hate that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
someone brings some stinky green bean casserole, and I'm like, oh, it stinks like cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, green bean casserole smells like a cigarette.
It
Oh,
can. It can.
I have never smelt that.
I'm going to I'm going to Organic Meats. I think tomorrow.
Saturday you're picking it up.
Yeah, you guys.
they got
better,
that big event Saturday, too.
Yes, you guys better jump on that if you're picking up any stuff. That's not even something we needed to say. I'm just going to throw that out there because I don't want anybody disappointed. So if you're getting something from Organic Meats, I would get on it now.
Yeah, try to call ahead and reserve whatever you have. They have
I gotta do that
turkeys,
tomorrow,
hams,
right?
butts. They have everything.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, your stuff's already been set aside for you.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
I can't publish that. It's mediocre.